Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Also in other announcements, Deltarune yesterday. Be sure to tune in here starting July 7th when we're going to be streaming Chapter 5. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I see that over on Twitch, Extemporaneous was here first with a lurk and a random Transformers check. What is a triple changer? Well, as the name suggests, it's a transformer that can turn into three things. So like instead of a robot mode and like one alternate mode, like a vehicle or something like that, it's a robot mode and two alternate vehicle modes. So it's like a robot who can turn into like a jet and a tank, or like a car and a helicopter or something like that. Also, would you rather be known as a one-hit wonder for a novel or a song? I would say novel. For one thing, like songs, although they can be catchy and they can be meaningful, they're short. Like, if a song is longer than 3 or 4 minutes, it's like, oh my gosh, that is such a long song. Whereas like novels can have so much content in them. Plus, I feel like people are more likely to write a song about a novel than to write a novel about a song. I mean, it happens, but it's just like less likely, you know? Bumbo say, how you doing, Bumbo? Bumbo says, I would say I'd prefer to be one for a novel. I feel like writing and publishing one really good book leaves more of an impact. And that is true as well. I mean, like, how many novels do we have that go back like centuries or written ages ago, or in some cases like even longer than that, like going back to ancient Greece and things? Songs, I feel like even the most popular songs are less likely to stick around for like centuries and centuries and centuries. But how you doing, Bumbo and Extemporaneous? Oak says, hey, long gun. Then Hulk, how you doing? Oak. And then Bumbo says, hellos. Queen Katie says, howdy. Hi, Queen Katie. I did see as I was getting ready to go your message over on Discord talking about my theory. I'll talk about that today. Thank you for the reminder. But how are all of you? Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Dermo says hi. How you doing, Dermo? Taco says hello, everyone. How you doing, Taco? Fruzy says yellow. How you doing, Fruzy? Taco says I'm so green. Wait, are you? I know Fruzy is green. Are you green IRL? Dermo says Taco with money, envy. Oh, I am green with envy over people who are green with money. Dermo with a message retracted. Taco says no, I am green. Is like the meme. Are we gonna find out like why this person is green? And Dermo says Taco, good choice of song. By the way, wait, is this a song? Huh? And Taco says, I'm just green. Okay, I feel like a little bit of that's going over my head. Let's see. Queekita says, can confirm, just check the guide. We have about 2 more locations in the investigation before the trial. Okay, good, so I feel like, yeah, we're gonna reach the trial. I have some thoughts, I have some guesses. We'll talk about them when we get into the game. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to things. Oak says, got my first blood test, so I got to take my first dose of hormones. It's been a very busy week. Oh, so we were talking about blood the other day. Were you here still while we were talking about blood types? So you took a blood test. Did you find out what your blood type is? Because like we realized none of us know our blood types. And if you've had the most recent medical blood goings-ons, maybe you know. Quicket says, I forgot where we are either way, but we're close. Oak says, I have therapy tomorrow too. Kim says, popping in and out. Have a lovely stream, y'all. How you doing, Kim? I will have a sip of water because usually do a hydrate when you pop in. Are we ahead of you in this game now, Kim? Hang on one second. Okay, let's load up the game. And then I'm trying to remember exactly where we left off. I think we finally got Gina Lestrade to, either we finally got her to accept us as her legal representation, or we were about to, because Susato kind of guilt tripped her, and it's like,
Okay, well, I'm leaving. So if you're not gonna if you're gonna make all my friends sad by not letting them be your lawyers, prove to them you're a jerk.
and yeah, so and then I think after that we were, wait. Yeah, after that, I think did we go back to the scene of the crime, or I think we went to go see Gregson. Yeah, we went to him to show him that we are now her lawyers, and he let us investigate. And we checked out this whole thing where Iris has this gas that makes blood turn different colors depending on the blood types. Oh, that's why we're talking about blood types. Hey, it all comes around eventually. And and yeah, so they all turn different colors because we found 3 different doses of blood. I think we can. Yeah, see, here's the portfolio. So we saw this blood on the calendar. Now, I went back and I checked the VOD, and that blood was already there before Sholmes got shot. And it changed a different color than Windybank's blood when he got shot, presumably in the storeroom. That's where he found his body. So there is another person who was shot and bleeding. We also know that the Windybank's gun was in there. We don't know if that belongs to, or the bullet that's in him that went through him belongs to that gun. So maybe Windybank shot somebody in self-defense out here. We then also have this blood there, which we deduced was the blood of a thrice-fired Mason from the other redemption ticket, which was about the overcoat. Not the one that there's one about a box, but this is for his overcoat as purple blood. And then we have Windybank's blood, which it turned blue from the thing. So the whole thing is like different blood types turn different colors, and so that's why we're able to tell they're all different blood types. So we're about to present our redemption ticket to Gregson and just find out what the heck is going on. But let me read 1 or 2 more quick comments before we do that. Bubba says, I finished Deltarune Chapter 5, and now doing weird route stuff. Oh boy, it's weird. Oh yeah, because who's saying that over on Discord? Was it Eggland and Dermo? I think that the weird route is more weird this time, which would be nice, because like it sounds like Chapter 3 and 4, it was mainly just the Noelle stuff at Noelle's house. I'll try and be more vague than that, actually, because of spoilers, but maybe it'll inspire me to go back and do more weird route stuff. Queen says, have fun being behind, to Kim. And Oak says, haven't finished Chapter 5 yet. I feel so behind. It came out yesterday. I'm not going to be even playing it for almost 2 weeks. You're so ahead of me just by acknowledging its existence. Jorma says, Logan, if a 3 to 4 minutes is a long song, never listen to prog or jazz classical. Many genres have long pieces. Well, I know, but like with modern music, I guess. I know that, what was it? I remember when I was in high school, my older brother, he got really into, the old movie, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, and he was like getting all crazy about all the people involved in it. I guess Meatloaf is in that, and so he went on like a Meatloaf kick. And I think one of Meatloaf's songs was like 10 minutes. Maybe I'm exaggerating based on memory, but that seems long for like pop songs today. But even so, like imagine you have a half-hour-long song. Novels are like hours, plural, long. So much more content. Tauga says, I'm back. I had to wash the green paint off my face. Oh, that's why you were green. I was worried that maybe you had fallen ill with like a green sickness. But yes, okay. We all good? We all good? Let's play some game now. And then I'll be back to both chats. But thank you all for being here. Hope y'all's weeks is going off to a good start. All right. Oh, and in case you didn't see over on Discord, I said tomorrow for our schedule, I updated it. The plan is, I think we're going to be playing some Silk Song. Unless anybody here can change my mind. I did also see right before I went live that apparently today was the Steam summer sale. I thought it wasn't starting for another few days. So I don't know, maybe I'll go on there and check it out and be like just inspired by some other game and like be like, screw Silk Song. I'm going to play this other game instead. Second redemption ticket, Gregson. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilded's overcoat. And this is the other one that says it's a small box, which because it expired 2 days ago, or 2 days before yesterday, so 3 days ago, I guess, at this point, it should theoretically be back out on the shelves. And so I think we should go looking for it. Hey, you mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. Oh, I should have insisted on lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly.
Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilded deposited another article here with Mr. Windybank.
Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Grexy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGill, Dad. It could be an important clue.
Well, yes. I suppose it could be.
Music cutting out, Grexy. Grexy, Bexy, boo.
Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles, I will. Hang 'em. I'll go barking. Hang 'em.
This is no time for
Hang 'em.
dog impressions, Inspector.
That's enough sauce from you, sunshine.
Oh, they just vanished. Didn't even put them in my butt or read them. They evaporated. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, of course. The articles are only held for 2 months.
So the small box will no longer be in here then.
That's right.
It's been forfeited.
Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where the forfeited items are offered for sale.
We just have to hope that, like, Egbert Benedict didn't come back and buy it or something. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. Adi-ba-ba-ba. Remy, rated with a party of 5. I didn't know you were playing something tonight. Remy, wait, let's see. I don't think we have any of our mods here yet because we just barely started a few minutes ago. So I think I'm going to have to do the shout out for you in 1 second. Shout out, Remy, and there we go. And we'll play a quick little shout out clip. What were you playing? Oh, I guess no clips are playing, but the gunk. I don't know what the gunk is, but welcome, Remy. Okay, so hi, Raiders. I welcome. My name is Logan. I know Remy like IRL, but welcome. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, this is our main game that we're currently playing, the Great Ace Chronicles. We've been alternating with some shorter games. Like on Tuesday, we just finished Pragmata. Tomorrow, we're gonna try some Silk Song. In about 2 weeks, I'm giving everybody time to play Chapter 5 of Deltarune before I do so. In about 2 weeks, starting on July 7th, we're gonna play some Deltarune. Other games we played in the past include Danganronpa, Omori, what else? Persona. So yeah, hi. Also, let me give you our link tree in the chat. This has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the good stuff. I'm going to copy it over to our YouTube chat as well, because I'm multi-streaming on both. But hi, Remy, how was your stream? Oh, also, anybody that came with a raid, I read every comment in chat. I'm always behind. We're like 12 minutes into stream, 14 minutes into stream, and I'm probably 10 minutes behind. So let me read a couple of comments. But so if you type something, I will read it. But welcome. If you only want the gunk that Remy was playing, you're like, hey, it's attorney. I don't like lawyers. If this isn't your cup of tea, I totally understand if you need to take off. But we'd love to have you stick around. We always like making new friends here. But yes, I will read some more in the chat because I am already, as I said, behind. Let's see. Quinkadu saying to Bumbo, it's so weird for real. Oak said, I'm probably a little over halfway through if I were to guess, and I'm gonna have to play Chapter 4 again on Weird Route so I can see what's in the Chapter 5 Weird Route. And Quinkadu says, it's something. Oak said, I'm so worried I'm gonna be spoiled. Quinkadu says, people are already made fan art. Oak says, all I know at the moment is a few screenshots that have no information in them. Eglin, how you doing? Says, I've refrained from watching any other playthroughs for Chapter 5, but the clips I've seen genuinely make my brain feel like it's melting. What dream did Toby have for it to lead to anything happening in that game? Well, I mean, my understanding is, wasn't it like a fever dream that he had? Was it like a regular dream, or was he like sick? Because I don't know about you guys, fever dreams are crazy. Oak says, which is even scarier if they just directly spoiled me. Okay, I gotta scroll up over in the YouTube chat and read a couple comments over there as well. This gives also the opportunity for all of Remy's raiders to like slowly kind of sneak out and they're like, okay, he's distracted. I can leave and like nobody will notice. But again, if you want to stick around, I'd love to have you here. Derma says, I actually think songs have more staying power as they don't rely on language. 1200th century music is no less listenable, but try reading a book from that time. The language is different. Okay, now that is a very good point though, because like a lot of people assume it's like, oh, they spoke English back then. If you were to like go back in time a few hundred years, you would not like, if you speak English now, you would not understand English back then. Language evolves like crazy. So that is a very fair point, Dermo. Dermo says, Taco, I have so many questions. Taco says, I know the director for the new Broadway show for Rocky Horror. Oh, I didn't even know there was a new Broadway version. Here's how into it my brother was. So when I was in high school, my brother, he had gotten his own room, which had okay, so actually, okay, I'm trying to think how to describe it. So the bathroom where he would take a shower in the morning was like directly above where I would be like in the morning getting ready. It was like a 2-floor house type of situation. Makes sense? It's weird, but that's the way it was. In the morning, I'd be getting ready for school, and I would hear my brother upstairs in the shower singing songs from the Rocky Horror Picture, but not just singing, I could hear him dancing. He'd be doing the time warp, and I'd hear him go, it's just a jump to the left, and then I'd hear a thump, and then a step to the right. And I'm like, dude is dancing in the shower. I would be scared to death to dance in the shower. I would like slip and fall and crack my head open. So Chad, please don't dance in the shower. Dermo says, Meatloaf is great, and yes, he has several 10-minute songs, Bad Out of Heck being one of my favorites. Tago says, don't, I am so green. Okay, I should play some more. And in a little bit, once we've given opportunity like for everybody to filter in, I'm gonna mention my new theory that I have, which I know is wrong, but I feel like strangely good about this theory. So maybe it's one of those things that I'm like wrong on the specifics, but the spirit of it I'll have correct.
Wasting your time.
Oh?
There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds even.
I feel like I can't do his accent tonight.
We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilded's. That information's not written in the ledger.
We should just open all the boxes. There's got to be a box out there with something suspicious.
Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case.
Oh, of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure.
This is getting old. They wanna milk that Sprite as much as they can, right?
Dong! Dong! Dong!
Just quit talking about your dong, clock! I mean, I don't want you to talk about your clocks either. Don't talk about clocks, don't talk about dongs.
I hate clocks and dongs. I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winniebank set such a wicked trap?
So that's going to be important, obviously. Otherwise, they would have taken the time for that. That'll have something to do probably with the clock reminder for him to turn over the calendar. So was that 3 dongs? So I have to check to see if the time is accurate. If it actually is 3 o'clock in the shop. I doubt he set out to scare anyone.
Is that really the time?
Oh, wait. Is it getting late? Does she have to go back and get packed?
I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon.
Oh, maybe we should look for the box, though, Susato.
Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her.
Oh, I thought we had done that last time. She signed the paperwork, but I think it was with the stipulations, like if you change your mind, you can tear it up. So, by the way, I was going to tell you my theory, but I want to wait till there's some background music. But I do have a theory. I want to tell you guys about.
Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind.
Okay, now we got some background music. I got to tell you my theory. So I was thinking about this. I feel like a lot of the Ace Attorney games, they've had interesting twists on who the final villain is. Like maybe the main prosecutor that you've been going against this whole time is the victim of the final case. Not like necessarily a victim like killed, but like framed. Or maybe is the culprit. Or maybe it's like one of your, like a police officer. There's like all these different things they could do that's like a twist. Or maybe it's like your client. Maybe it's whatever. It's like all these different things. You know what is one twist we have never done in any Ace Attorney game? It's for the murderer, or at least an accomplice of the murderer, to be our weird girl's sidekick. Chat, what if Susato is either the murderer or at least involved in this? So hear me out on this. I was thinking about the implications of the fact that she knew the full title, The Hound of the Baskervilles. The only real way that she could have known that is if she had gone into that storeroom and actually seen the manuscript, because we found it in there, right? And I was suspecting that the two silhouettes we saw in the room might have broken in there, maybe dug a tunnel through the next door to get in there. Maybe she's like in league with some of them. Also, the night of this murder, if you recall, I went back and I watched the VOD. Herlock came and woke us up and he told us that Gina had disappeared and that we had to go find her. And we had this big long conversation. Well, not a long conversation. We had a conversation with Herlock. It was like, oh, she's gone. We got to go find her, yada, yada, yada. And then we looked out the window and we saw the light was on at Windy Banks. And then right before we left, Susato was suddenly like, oh, I'm here too. Okay, let's go. It's like, why was she awake? Why was she up at that hour? So, like, maybe she's involved somehow in all of this. She had her odd little conversation with Strongheart, and I still suspect that Strongheart is the one who killed McGilded. Maybe Strongheart has some kind of leverage over Susato and her family. And the fact that he's, like, sending her back, I don't know if her dad actually is sick or if that's just an excuse. I wonder if she might be involved somehow in this. Now, that said, I realized shortly after that I'm completely wrong in this because, and it's not for anything in the story, but if you exit out to the main menu and you check for the alternate costumes for the next game, Susato has an alternate costume. So she's apparently going to be our weird girl sidekick in the next game. So unless after this we're like, oh, Susato, you helped out with some murder, but you can still, like, not go to jail. You can still, like, be my sidekick. Like, unless that happens, it's not going to be her. But I don't know, I was feeling like, ooh, that would be a twist. That would be a twisty twist. Because, like, how many times in the regular Ace Attorney games has Maya been accused of murder falsely, right? And of course they can't have Maya be an actual murderer. But what if part of the reason for changing the setting is like, maybe Shu Takumi was like, man, I really want to have Maya actually be a murderer, but I can't. So I know I'm gonna go to a new setting with a new weird girl sidekick and she'll be involved. So that's what I'm thinking. So laugh it up in your spoiler chat about how wrong I am. But it's a theory. It's an idea I have. So I'm ready to come more quick comments. Oak said, Logan, have you seen the One Piece remake trailer? It looked great. I have not. It posted in the Discord on the anime channel or something. I should check it out. Said they stole a lot of my blood yesterday. You need at least some leaders of that. You need to keep some. Queen says 120 watch streak. Wow! Congratulations, Queen Katie. Oak said I haven't seen the results yet. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. I forgot to click out of the game. Queen says I was just talking about blood types with my dad because we passed a blood drive and he also doesn't know his, like, vaguely. Oh, lol. Says, side note, he's actually my grandpa, but he's basically my dad. He turned 69, nice, this month. What do you mean he doesn't know his blood type? I wonder if, like, older generations would be more or less likely to know that. Because, like, when were blood types discovered? I feel like that's got to be knowledge that we've known longer than you would think. Because, like, for blood transfusions and stuff like that, you have to have compatible blood types. And I feel like we as like, humanity have known that a while, right? Let me take a look over to YouTube. Chat Derma says, hang on, I gotta scroll up because it scrolled without me all of a sudden. Derma says, 10 minutes is normal in a lot of genres. 20 minutes is what I would consider long. And I can think of a few album long pieces which are over an hour. Mirror Reaper, for example. Okay, but you have to admit, like, those are more the exception rather than the rule, right? Turbo says, when there's grindcore, which has very short songs, often under a minute? Toga says, Dermo, me being green is normal. Y'all don't dance in the shower. I'm so green. What happened at the end of the last game Logan played? At Pragmata? Sadness. It was just like, it was a sad ending. And it was one of those things that was like, well, we'll find some way around. It was just sadness. Toga says, I didn't get to see it. I mean, there's the VOD, but, like, prepare yourself. It's sad. Derma says, Taco, watch the VOD. It is a great ending, but it's a sad ending. And some deleted messages by Taco. Okay. Let's play some more. I'll be back to the chat soon.
Don't you remember, Runo? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer.
Wait, really?
Did I say that?
Yes!
You did!
This is the first time we've seen, like, two people talk in the same bubble. I feel like they did that in Deltarune a lot, but not in this.
The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching.
In that case, we'd better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. Just look at that one box right there. Look at that one box. Can I examine that one box? I want to examine that one box. Oh crap, everything's checked off. Wait, is that's not checked off. Okay, that's checked off. But it's that box. That is the one that I suspect is the box that is referred to in the redemption ticket. Because, just look at that thing. Again, the bottom of it doesn't look like it sits flush on the shelf. So I feel like that was something that was added. Or something that can be removed. Because look at everything else. Oh, no, that's all the shelves. Oh, it's all the shelves, darn it. What do you want to guess? What do you want to bet? I'll try to look in it, and Susato will be like,
We don't have time to look for the box. We gotta go. Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale.
That's right. They've all got little price labels on them, but there's so many.
I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere.
were there any other clues on the ticket? Like maybe it was the size or, okay, 10 shillings. So maybe we look for something that costs 10 shillings? I don't know. The box that McGilded deposited here just over 2 months ago.
Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome indeed.
Maybe we could just take all the boxes. Just take everything that's in a box and just take them all, you know?
There's so many boxes. It could be any of them.
Because we don't need to take like the candelabra or the teapot or the hat. Mr. Sholmes said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything, more secure than a bank's vault. So perhaps this small box of Mr. McGilded's contained something of very great value. I'm gonna feel so bad if like the thinker statue on the shelf behind her head is the box. So it's like a thinker statue can be anything except a thinker statue.
Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked.
So then we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open. Ah, there we go. Yes, yes. Hi.
Hiya! Oh, wait, no. Hiya! I forgot it's Susato. Hiya, Susato, take down. That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I won't let that happen.
We could buy the boxes and then unlock them, or like tell the police what we're doing, or pick the locks. We're a lawyer. We can be a lock-picking lawyer. Ah, this takes me back. It's been some time since Susato-san last threw me. I want to see if I can do something. Hang on. I bet I could do something. I want to try and do something. You guys gotta put up with me for a second. I want to try something. I want to see if I can do something. Can I? No, that won't let it. Can I do this? Oh, darn it. I was trying to see if there's a quick and easy way that I could flip my camera upside down. So that I could be upside down when Susato flips me upside down, but apparently not. Oh, that's it. Okay, we're back with this. So we've now clicked, I believe, everything. So I guess, wait. I guess we gotta go and check out Gina. So let's exit out of here. We can't present anything, so we gotta move and go back to the jail. Wait. Oh, prison, there we go.
If we don't hurry, visiting hours will be over and we won't be able to see Jenny.
All right, into the jail.
16th April, 5:41 p.m., local prison, cell 13.
Wait. 5:41? Again, that clock, how many chimes did that clock chime? I thought it was 3, not 5. That's gotta be a clue. That has got to be a clue. Oh, she looks so scared. Hi, Gina, good, you're back. Did she leave jail?
Ah! The police must have finished questioning her then.
Oh, okay, so she was in questioning, that's what it was.
Oh, how was it, Jenny? Was it awful?
Oh! Don't bother me! Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windy Banks.
Oh, right!
Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy.
What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying that I did it.
That's not...
Gina, we came to ask for your final decision.
What decision?
About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not?
Oh. I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Right, I see.
She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. but I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Oh, yeah, it's one of these screens. Why can't we examine things here? Can we present? I want to present more stuff to her. We should... Wait. What's the conversation going to be? Okay, what we've uncovered in representation court. Okay, so we can present things. Let's also save. I think it's been a little while. Oh, no, we haven't even saved it all tonight because I just barely started. I can't keep track of anything. So got to stagger our saves. I'm going to read a couple more comments in the chat. Quickita says, okay, so we do in fact still have 2 more locations. Once we leave the crime scene, we have the 2 locations and then trial. Okay, so this is one of them, and then I guess we go to one more place after this. I'm guessing it's probably gonna be over to Strong Hearts to like turn in the representation papers. Kim says, oh, absolutely, you're ahead of me. How? I got up to the introduction of the whitest man to ever white. That's gotta be Egbert Benedict, right? Then had to take a 2 to 3 week break due to bad Wi-Fi, and right now I'm making my way through all Deltarune Chapter 5 routes, so TGAA is gonna wait for a bit more. Broken heart. See, I'm waiting on Deltarune, so we're in opposite positions as each other. Quickita said, Mr. Egg, if you don't know what that means, then brings out Men in Black, Flash, forget it all. And Kim with a little keyboard slam says, yeah, that guy. Quickita says, lol, yeah, a chatter came in here before with actual emotes of the guy. Quickita says, hope you enjoy. And then some commands. Oak says, I sadly have to go early again today. No! I have therapy tomorrow morning, but hopefully I'll be able to stay all Friday. Good night, everyone. Love y'all. Keep Logan's tongue away from holes in my absence. Thank you for being here, Oak. Have a good rest of your night. Sleep well. I hope everything goes well with your therapy appointment, and I hope that you're doing well with Deltarune Chapter 5. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow. And there's where Remy did the raid. Remy says, a game called The Gunk. What is The Gunk? I don't know if I've heard of this. Wait, no, someone else mentioned The Gunk. Was it here on Discord? Somebody mentioned The Gunk, I think, at some point, or maybe I saw a link to it on Steam. What is it? Remy says, it was pretty good, got about halfway through, gonna finish Monday night. Nice! Pliskin, welcome back! Says Chapter 5, look good. I thank you for coming in with Remy's raid. I don't know if you're still here. I hope you're still here. Good to see you, Pliskin. Atlantic says, hello, yellow. How you doing, Atlantic? Says, wait, autocorrect ruined my hello. Let's try again. Hello, yellow. Magpie says, call Magpie flying in what I missed, chat. Not too much, Magpie. How are you doing? Remy, Pliskin, Atlantic, Magpie. How are all of y'all? Quia says, I'm waiting for a theory from Logan. We're just having a good time right now. I gave my theory. I've given up on it being correct. Because again, I realized the whole thing with the skins. But like when I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh, this be so cool. And if I guessed this already, if I figured it out so early, I'd be so proud of myself. But it's not. And Lang says, oh, Loki forgot they added new weekly channel watching rewards to Twitch. Oh yeah, I think I saw some about that, and because that's separate from the stream streaks, right? Quita says, yeah, blue flowers. Pliskin says, I could never escape Rocky Horror Picture Show. I guess it's a cultural, impactful thing. It certainly is. It's not my cup of tea, but that's just me personally. Over on YouTube, Derma says, being inside a room with tens of clocks going off, all different pitched and timing sounds like a personal heck. It'd be so loud too. Okay, was that supposed to be all the clocks going off? I got the impression it was just that one clock. I guess we'll find out. Again, that has to be important. And I think it's gonna tie into the whole bit with changing the calendar over at midnight. That maybe somebody snuck into the shop, changed the clock so that it would be running fast and go off early, so that Windy Bank would like change the calendar page over and like leave. I don't know if does he live there? Did he live upstairs? But regardless, I think it was somebody like maybe trying to get him out of there. We should at some point be able to look through all the photographs taken by Herlock's security camera and see if we're able to find anything there, right? More Taco deleted messages and Dermo with a message retracted. Wait, Taco, why are all your messages? Oh, it's deleted by Dermo. Dermo, am I allowed to see these messages from Taco? Is Taco timed out? Let's see. More deleted stuff. Taco says, I'm so green. Thank you, Dermo. I can peacefully sleep at night right now. And Dermo says, deleted messages are Pragmata stuff. Don't worry about it. Look, okay. So I probably shouldn't say it for people here who haven't played Pragmata. So thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Okay. Let's get back into the game. Let's get back into this. So, let's present her all of our stuff. So, did we show her this pawnbroker ticket last time? I can't remember. We'll just present it again. Here, Gina, look at this. No, Tay. Is it supposed to be Tay? Maybe that's say Tay, like tanks. I wasn't saying you can have it. Okay, so that's what she says when she's got nothing to say. At the very least, like, the blood samples ought to be interesting for her. Gina's representation papers. Thanks again for these, Gina. Gina, I'd like to thank you for signing these papers.
If you want to thank me, you can do it once you got me off the hook.
Oh, look, okay, we're probably supposed to do this after we talk to her, because, like, she's acting like it's already decided that we're representing her. All right, then. Wait, what? What? Shouldn't she be thanking me, then? Huh?
You know what, Mr. Naruto? It ain't good manners to expect thanks if you do someone a favor.
I know that! She's as tricky with words as she is with her fingers. Okay, blood samples. Here, Gina, look at this.
No time.
Okay, oh, wow, she doesn't have anything to say about the blood. I thought that would have been our most interesting thing. Like, chat, for those of you who are girls, when you were like a teenage girl, wouldn't you love it if a lawyer just showed you pictures of blood splatter? Pawnbroker's ticket. Do you see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Windy Banks, isn't it? The one for that black overcoat you're wearing now.
Hey, what that? I don't know. It's not really black, is it? It's more of a dark brown. What's wrong with you? They all look the same to me, those tickets. It's not like I can read or nothing. I can't read. No one ever taught me to read.
Surely not. Illegitimacy. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it that would appear to be blood. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey?
Does that ring any bells?
I don't know. It all looks the same to me. Blood.
And they all sound the same to me. These answers, suspicious. And finally, Iris's manuscript. Hey, do you want to read an unpublished Sherlock Holmes story? We found this in Mr. Win. Oh, the music cut out. Is this important? Oh, because it's probably gonna be like the reason why she went there. Because I think I said before, she probably broke in to discover if Iris's manuscript actually was there. We found this in Mr. Windybank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story.
Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then.
Curiously, the storeroom at Windybank showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript.
Oh.
It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night?
Hey!
You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it?
Hey!
Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Oh, and there's more stuff. Okay, we'll come back to that later. I got other things to talk to you about first, Gina. What we've uncovered.
Oh. Oh, all right then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Unfortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say.
We don't know yet, Gina.
But Mr. Naruhodo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime.
While we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windybanks that night, but I've already presented the evidence because I'm doing things out of order, so this conversation no longer makes sense. Okay, representation in court.
We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk.
That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow.
Oh. Nah, don't bother. Jenny! Rip them up and chuck them, would ya? Them representation papers or whatever they're called. This cell ain't fancy enough to have a bin.
So, what'll you do in court tomorrow?
I'll be fine on my own. Probably light the place on fire. Worked out last time, didn't it?
I don't think you will be.
Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen.
This is one stubborn pickpocket. Okay, more stuff to talk about. Let me read a few more comments to chat, though. And Lang says, my favorite color too. Twitch is based, clearly. Oh, the blue flowers. Queen says, I hope they do purple one someday. And Lang said, at least the clock wasn't talking about ding dong. No! Those are the worst kinds of dongs. Queen says, I'm so ready to timestamp Logan's theory so I can clip it later. And as you saw, it was probably not worth clipping. I still felt good about it, like for a brief moment when I thought of it the other day. Atlantic said, surprise, it's not customizable. Emily says, hello, how you doing, Emily? Good to see you. Atlantic says, quote, oh, you may have killed someone, but like power of friendship and stuff, so you stay. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that works in a court of law in the Ace Attorney universe. Magpie says, Logan, you need to play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright for reasons. I'm going to assume that means that Maya does do a murder in that game. King John, wow, it's been forever. How are you? Says, Maya was almost branded as a murderer, specifically in Spirit of Justice, but that was the closest attempt. That was because of Nayuda. Well, but there were also other times she was accused. I mean, okay, show of hands in chat. How many of you here have ever actually been formally accused of murder? It's an uncommon thing, but how are you, King John? Queen says, if only they could port it. Emily says, I remember there's some AUs where she is a murderer, you mean? Magpie says, I'm still mad they can't, but I've definitely played it through means. I mean, if Logan can figure out how to capture 3DS games, I'll buy a cart and load it to him as long as I can get it back when he's done, lol. I don't know if there's a way to do that without like jailbreaking your 3DS, but then again, like Nintendo no longer supports it, so maybe I might as well. I don't know. Pliskin said maybe he's a Jamba that doesn't go to the doctor. Is that a thing? I don't know what that is. Is that a thing? I know what Jamba Juice is, a good smoothie. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. Taco says, also, I'm doing a lot better. Oh, good. I'm glad, Taco. And Taco says, Maya Faye. Oh, hang on, scrolled without me. Got to scroll up a little bit. Says, I love you, Maya French fry. Derma says, good for you, Taco. And then Taco says, there's a ladybug on my ceiling. That's better than the spider that was there before. Ladybugs are harmless. Just let the ladybug be a lady and do some bugging. Derma says, older types would probably know it more, as dog tags with your blood type were a thing during the wars. Oh, really? That makes sense, because then if you're like shot or injured, you need the field medic to be able to go. It's like, okay, what's the compatible blood type? That makes sense. Taco says, I'm so green. I thought you washed it off, Taco. Derma says, Taco, okay, enough green. Any future ones will be deleted. And the Taco said, finish my rewatch of Big Bang Theory. Time to rewatch it again. Okay, why are we upside down? Because Sato flipped us. She flipped us. Not off. I mean, maybe she did. Maybe that's what flipping off is. Okay, let's play a little bit more here. Iris's manuscript. And this will be the thing that convinces her to somehow that they're good friends, and so she shouldn't be executed falsely for murder.
All right, yeah, this Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's got to be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right?
Oh, she's pretending she was trying to steal it. She refuses to admit she's a good person.
Oh, yes, at least 5,000 pounds.
What? Wait, how does Susato know that? How did Susato know that? Did Susato know the full name of the manuscript because she was planning on stealing it? Susato, what you doing, you sussy baka? So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you?
No! Jenny, how could you?
Oh, don't believe her, Iris. Granted, Iris is like a 12-year-old kid. She'd probably believe a lot of crap you tell her.
What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I weren't going to sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the mantle script, or whatever you call it, really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place.
For Iris's sake. Isn't that right?
Ha!
We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did.
But I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Jenny. I just knew it. Well,
When I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before. Flashback time.
Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realised it yet.
Bare-faced? But bears are scary, and their faces are where bears bite from.
I'm telling ya, that mantle script ain't at Windy Banks. You'd soon see it if you had a look. You'd soon see if you had a look. There we go.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Jenny, that was so sweet of you.
All right. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris.
More things. There we go. Reason for breaking in. I'm going to have a sip of water, read a couple more comments in the chat. We're like 45 minutes in the stream, and I think I'm just getting further and further behind. Let's see. Quiggity says to Magpie, that's a lot of hopes in it landing over to Logan safely and vice versa. Are they like expensive game carts or something? Eglin said the only real reason someone would be told if they were donating blood or specifically asking about it, I think. Magpie says package insurance, hopefully. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can have insurance on it. Emily says, yeah. Quita says, I've tried to ask about whether I had to give blood for checkups, but they always said it's a different test, so I don't know. Magpie says, hold on. We need to talk about your spelling of Nayuta there to King John. Eglin says, like, you'd have to ask for that specific test. I think most normal tests look for something in the blood rather than the specific type. Well, but isn't it like tied to, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Emily says, box. Huh? Box. And Queen Katie with a hydrate, even though I just sipped, I will fully hydrate. Thank you, Queen Katie. Pliskin says, if you donate to the Red Cross, they will tell you. Ooh. And Emily says, aw, darn. And Magpie says, Queen Katie, are you talking about people finding out your blood type? If your parents know theirs, it should be possible at least to narrow it down significantly. Yeah, because like genetics. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. Frolsey says, for far too long, I thought my phone wouldn't turn upright, but it was just Naruto being upside down. It's like, well, I gotta turn it. Why isn't it working? Derma says, Taco, we've been thrown butt over boob. I'll say that instead of what you actually wrote it, if that's okay. And are sprawled on the ground. Frolsey, that'd be great April Fool's idea. Logan streams upside down, confusing mobile viewers. Oh. That's what I should do. So everybody forget about that between now and next April. Taco says, okay, so something super bad just happened and I can't say if I don't sound sad writing that I'm currently in shock. I hope everything is okay. Taco, I am so sorry. Derma says, oh, I'm sorry. Rivulet, how you doing, Rivulet? I'm not gonna lie. I would find that interesting. Oh, being upside down? How you doing, Rivulet? Welcome. Okay, let's talk a reason for breaking in.
If it weren't because of Iris, that's not... Wait, it weren't because of Iris, that's not why I did it. I just want to know the truth, that's all.
Oh, so maybe it was that she wanted to know if she can actually trust Herlock Sholmes. And she was doubting him, thinking that and she thought maybe if he actually was telling the truth that Armenia is a good guy.
You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest? If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windy Banks?
It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father.
Oh, and she's starting to think of Sholmes as maybe a father figure?
But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got a dad and she can't see him. And I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. Well, they're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night when I was listening to what you were saying, especially when the two of you over there were whispering about how her dad's really dead and we can't tell her about that.
Stories? About Daddy? But which one is truly my dad? My father or my Herlock? I should have said Hurley.
You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner.
Well, that's how I see it, yeah.
Why did they have to kill Watson off in the first chapter? That's like making this whole thing so sad, just thinking about it.
You're so thoughtful and so kind, Genie.
Yes. And we never thought any differently, did we?
Look! Give it a rest, will you? Oh, you get close up, I'm gonna get you! Gonna get you! Stop being nice to me, I'm a big scary pickpocket! I hate all this chubby nonsense, do you hear? I hate it! I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scarper.
No. I ain't scarpering. I'll scarper for no one, lady. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there, on both sleeves of that overcoat.
Oh, wait, what are those? Are those bloodstains? Or is it dirt?
Is that, so we gotta spray that with the mist if it's blood. Are some very suspicious red stains.
Yeah, Ginny, I wasn't even listening to you. Gina, I wasn't listening to you at all. I'm looking at your sleeves.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, I hate it when a boy looks at me forearms. That's lusting. That's what boys do. They lust after girls' forearms.
I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now.
Oh, maybe now we'll present the blood. That's probably what we're gonna do. So let me save, and then we'll do that, and then we'll spray her sleeves. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna be the same color as Thrice Fired Mason, and he was he purple blood? Let me double check here. Yeah. So her sleeves are gonna turn purple, and then we're gonna know that's Thrice Fired Mason's blood, which makes sense because it's murder. No, okay. So we gotta present. Or we can just leave. Present. Blood. Present.
Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood. Yet.
What? Blood, Mr. Naruhodo!
Dun dun dun! You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that spattered from Mr. Wittybank when he was shot last night?
Oh, so wait, were those blood stains? Because like, look at this sprite, there are no stains on there. So they're probably unique to just that one sprite, so we wouldn't be able to check and see if she had them earlier. So yeah, I guess it's possible it might have been from Wittybank. But no, I'm gonna guess it's Thrice Fired Mason's blood. We're gonna spray, it's gonna be purple.
Let's not beat around the bush here.
This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else.
Take it easy, Iris. Why are you gonna shoot me? Don't shoot me with your gun. No, don't move, Jenny. I'm gonna shoot you. Don't, please don't. I thought I was your friend. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you right in your arms. Pew!
Huh. See, like in that sprite, you don't see any blood. Oh, it's purple. Oh, there's so much of it. So much of it. Was it all washed off? So yeah, that's Thrice Fired Mason's blood.
Ooh! Oh my! What the? Oh, purple don't go with me olive green vest.
Forget the sleeves! The whole coat is covered in blood!
Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now.
And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly.
Is this case difficult for people who are colorblind, I wonder?
Yeah, now let's see who had the purple blood. Aha, yeah, I was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
I knew it.
What are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean?
We're all breaking the fourth wall. We're all looking directly down the barrel of the camera. We're addressing you now, viewers, players, anyone at home. We are characters who have become sentient and want out of this heckish game trapped in the past. Do you know, like, they don't have even that much of proper sanitation back in these days. Everything stinks. It's awful. It's terrible. It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear.
I'm gonna read some more in the chat, though. Well, they're all staring directly into y'all's souls. I'm gonna read some chat. Quiggita says, did you right-click your cam in OBS and check the transform options? I know one of those flip options. Oh, I didn't click transform. I was clicking filters. Oh, there is a transform. Oh, wait. Oh, there is. Why isn't it letting me do a transform? I want to transform. It's not. Hang on. Oh, maybe it's because it's locked. Oh, that's why it wasn't letting me do it, because I had it locked. Look at this. Ka-chow. I could have done it after all. Oh, crap. I could have done it after all. Ka-chow. Okay, next time that we get Susato taken down and in, I'm going to do that. Thank you very much, Queen Katie. Eglin said, apparently blood types are linked with genetics, so that's most likely why blood tests for anything else don't really look at that. Guida says, well, considering that I just mentioned how not even my grandpa knows his vaguely, I don't think I'm finding out via family anytime at the moment, lol. I should check in my other family someday, though. Emily says, same. Guida says, see if my sister knows we're half-sibs, but surely there's something there. And a timestamp, 31 minutes, 20 seconds. Okay, look, I'm less than a half hour behind, like 25 minutes. Magpie says, I only just sort of learned the conversation by the most recent context, lol. But yeah, it's genetic, should be relatively easy to get a test for that since it's so common. It's pretty much a prick your finger test as far as I'm aware. Good for you to know in case of emergencies. If anyone in the family was in the military, they should know theirs. I think it's on dog tags, at least used to be. It's like Derma was saying, yeah. And Eglin says, I was about to look through my dad's old military stuff, then I realized I'm adopted, and that'll give me nothing. Well, he'll tell you about your dad. Pliskin says, I'm still here. Thank you for still being here, Pliskin. I appreciate you. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Rivulet says, I meant the colorful blood thing. I think I'd be intrigued on how they got blood to be green. Oh, like representing it, yeah. I think it's interesting. I mean, it's a cool way of doing it, like visually, because I'm sure that like the real blood type tests, I think, are where you put in certain things and you see if it like clumps up and coagulates it and not. But this is much more visually colorful, quite literally. Derma says, I mean, Luminoso can make it glow blue, but I don't know anything about anything which turns green in the presence of blood. Well, I mean, we just kind of chalk it up as Herlock Sholmes and Iris being geniuses. I mean, a lot of their technology they're doing with like cameras that instantly develop photographs, basically Polaroid film. They could not have done that 100 years ago. So anyway, I think I'm caught up on YouTube chat, so let's get back in the game for a little bit.
It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved.
Yeah. Magnus McGill did it. Susato, have you not been paying attention for the last 2 months?
The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed.
Susato, I'm not gonna say it's Gina. I am not gonna accuse Gina of being a murderer. She doesn't have purple on her vest.
Oi, would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story.
Oh.
Okay, can I present stuff to you? I'm gonna present things to you, Susato. Hey, you wanna check out this manuscript? Want to tell me why you knew the title of this thing? The Hound of the Baskervilles, Iris's unpublished work.
Yes, Mr. Sholmes was telling us all the truth. He did indeed deposit it for safekeeping with Mr. Windybank.
True, but then that still leaves the question of how Susato-san knew the full title.
Yeah, I could hear you, but I'm not gonna answer that. I haven't read it myself, of course.
No.
I realize I spoke carelessly last night. I won't make that same mistake twice. It was a dreadful mistake.
I know that you must have your reasons for not telling us anymore. I just hope the reason isn't that you're an accomplice to murder.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, pawnbroker's ticket. We're just gonna present everything. See if she has interesting things to say. So, about this.
Oh. Huh, wait, I must have more time.
Okay, this is what she says when she has nothing. She said this before. Okay, and we show the blood samples. So, about this. Okay, maybe she has nothing else to say. Let's try Gina's representation paperwork. Oh, there we go.
This one document could be the key to Gina's fate. We must fight tooth and nail for her freedom. Tooth and nail. These and these. And also the ones on my feet, but I'm not showing you my feet. Feet are gross.
You're very passionate about it, I see. Not that I don't understand that. You know, I was surprised to see how neatly Gina signed her name.
Oh?
Oh, yeah, I was joking that maybe she's illiterate. Maybe because, like, the only word she knows how to spell is Gina? You wouldn't have expected it from an orphaned East End pickpocket, would you?
Well, this is Great Britain with a wonderful education system.
Wait a minute. This was written with what's a feud? Feud brush? I need to Google this. What is a feud brush? Feud beauty. Japanese makeup brushes? So maybe it's not feud, it's fude. A fude brush. Yeah, so it's either way, it's a makeup brush. Possibly Japanese? So in that case, does it mean that, like, and by a very skilled hand, so did Susato sign it for her?
Ah, I forged documents.
It was you who wrote it, wasn't it?
Oh, she can't read or write. Oh dear, Gina was insistent, so I couldn't refuse.
Well, I guess that document is worthless. Won't hold up in court now. Well, look at this. So about the, okay, nothing else to say. All right, now we'll get back to the actual conversation. So we just learned something, that everything we're about to do tomorrow in court is not quite legal. Converse the truth of the omnibus case. But first, I'm gonna read a couple more comments to the chat. Let's see, Queen said, keyboard slam, I'm so sorry. Hugs, but man, that was whiplash of a message. And Bubba says, yeah. Queen says, yeah, Logan, as you were making the theory, I was getting confused since we had like 2 game skins, but I felt like you had something to it. Quote, he makes no sense, but I'll trust it. Oh, no, it made no sense. I didn't realize it till afterward, but I feel like there might be some like kernel, some tiny pebble of truth buried in there. Eglin says, I mean, I was somewhat on the right track because my adoptive mom is my biological aunt, but I have no blood connection to my adoptive dad, so that doesn't matter. My family tree is weird if you count adoption as changing the order of people in the family. Well, it's like bending the branch, or maybe you know what it's like grafting a branch. You know, where you cut off a branch from one tree or one location and like graft it in somewhere else. That's like botany, right? Queen says, preach, family can be so odd when you think about it, but at least you're not Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Eglin says, I mean, me being adopted by my aunt, technically great aunt, I think. I forgot about the whole great thing. Makes my mom my cousin, I think that's how it works. Queen says, I'm out of wafers and watermelon pops, so I'm nabbing Sprite tea tonight in a fancy cup so I can drink fancy like English. Makes your pinkies out when you're doing it. Magpie says, what makes it Sprite tea? Like, is it tea made with Sprite? That's my guess, like Sprite put in. Magpie says, like the soda. Eglin said, first cousin, once removed. How does the removed work? I know what first cousins are. I know what second cousins are. What is, I bet I've heard like, oh, we're third cousins, twice removed. What does the removed mean? Queekita says, Twitch, did I really type that out and then you failed to send it? Frowny face. Over on YouTube chat. Duma says, luminol, luminos is just Spanish for luminous. Oh, okay. And then Rivulet said, kind of curious as to how Gina got her name considering she has no parents. Like, did someone else give it to her? Did she just make it up when someone asked? My guess is that either her parents turned her into the orphanage, like gave her up for adoption and like said, this is Gina. Or that maybe at the orphanage, like if she was abandoned, like left on a doorstep, although like in movies and TV, they'll sometimes like have a note that this is this kid's name. Maybe the orphanage just has like a method of naming random babies. Like, oh, we got another one. All right, let's look up this one's Gina and then Lestrade somehow. I'm going to, until we hear otherwise, assume that she had parents, but that they probably just died when she was like very, very young. And that she was like left as a ward to the state and they just like handed her over to an orphanage. So maybe that? I don't know, maybe we'll find out. But right now we need to find out the truth of the omnibus case. We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilded's overcoat.
But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said in his test, this in his test.
Yeah, because he was claiming he only got like a little bit of blood on his glove was all.
Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
I mean, I guess he did say that he claimed that he lifted him up onto the seat. Oh, it's a slow zoom in.
But if you look at this overcoat now,
It's clear. It is clear. He wasn't just worried about his blood. He was like, blood, thrice fired Mason blood, wipe, this is why I kill people. I just like blood.
these stains couldn't have arisen from Mr. McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet.
No. If that was what had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat.
The only explanation for this pattern... Okay, this is going to be the only explanation. We're just going to say, like, the most likely. There are other explanations. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over Mr. McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. And the last horse finally crosses the finish line. Yeah, McGilded was a murderer! I've tried to run from the truth for long enough. But there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGilded.
Yeah, we already knew this.
I even already knew this and only casually felt... What, you acting like this is a revelation or something?
I'm here too. And yes, McGilded did it. It's odd though, because like we're not getting a lot of motives for these crimes. Granted, the last case it was an accident, and the one on the boat was a misunderstanding. But we still don't know why Jezeel Brett killed Wilson. We still don't know why McGilded killed Mason. I hope we'll find out some of these things and I just be like, it's a mystery. They just like killing people.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. And he did not walk free for long, bro. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Because it's your job, bro. That is literally what a defense attorney is supposed to do. Okay, now I wouldn't tell him that I did even more, that I perjured myself, that I conspired with, you know, because I should feel a lot more guilty than he does.
Bruno? Did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent?
You know, this is, okay, that's a good clarification. It shows that we didn't have bad intentions. I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon.
Weapon?
A lawyer's weapon.
So silent, so serious. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson.
You mean Kazuma-sama?
Ha ha! Back in the past in a flashback! Farting wind up to my headband. Oh, it's good to be Kazuma Asogi. Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients.
That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you unwaveringly.
Why did you have to clarify about him, like, farting up to his headband? That seemed unnecessary.
Oh, wait. She likes this? What's funny, Gina? Cool. Wait, what? What's that mean?
Sounds like in this empire of Japan you came from. Everyone must be soft.
Huh?
Well, come on, look at a mess it got you into, believing in that. Okay, we learned last time that apparently is another Irish slur. So I'm not gonna say it.
Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free.
Well, at least you've learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. Soon as you let down your guard, you've had it.
So she feels vindicated in her distrust.
Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one.
Gina, may I ask you something? Why are you such a B-word today?
What?
I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial?
How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away.
Are you really sure that's what you want?
I bet that's what he wants. That's what he wants it all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there.
It's where we got to stand up and tell her that we still believe in her. I'm going to read some more in the chat. This is good, but it's taking a lot longer to get to the trial than I expected. Let's see. Queen Katie says to Magpie, so it's an actual product you can buy, apparently a seasonal thing. Oh, wait, oh, Sprite tea is a real thing? I thought it was something you just make. Because I used to drink it last year, but then it stopped selling. It came back. I don't know what it is exactly, just somehow it's better than normal Sprite. Either it's combined with some tea or just colored and flavored like tea, but with Sprite. I'm going to guess it's probably like iced tea. Like, you know, you can get cans like Lipton tea, maybe it's that. Queen says, there we go. Magpie says, quote, I'm going to assume that means Maya does do a murder in that game. No, but there's definitely some weird things going on. And then Magpie says, Queen Katie, fascinating. I do want to try that now. Maybe the ladybug killed the spider. Maybe the spider is trans now that she's a ladybug / silly. What was it? There was a movie. Was it a Bug's Life that had like a ladybug in it? There's like this tough guy, it's like, I'm a ladybug or something. I'm trying to remember. Queen says, you can get it in can or bottle form. I love the can version though. Magpie says, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright is considered a very rare game. It's hard to find for less than $100. I do want to own it anyway, just because of the game preservation stuff, but yeah, it's money. Bubba says, I feel like at worst, you stick a camera towards it. Oh, I guess that is true. You could just do that, a real ghetto stream. Quiga says, I'm very grateful I got the game for Christmas like a couple of years after it came out, hopefully for a reasonable price at the time. I don't know how much, but it was certainly not so outrageous, or I wouldn't have the game. Magpie says, that is great luck. Quiga says, as much luck as me getting the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte size for Christmas a couple of years back, because apparently they're discontinuing that version in stores, while raising the prices on the 1 terabyte version up an insanely huge amount. Like, do you see how expensive everything is over on Steam? They just announced, like, Valve announced the Steam box or something, and I think people were expecting it to be like $600 or $700, and it's like over $1,000, but it's mainly just because, like, all the components are crazy expensive now. Because they're all getting snatched up and bought by, it used to be people who were crypto mining, and now it's just AI people. I'm gonna read some over on YouTube chat. Frilzy says, I don't care if he's a killer. He's still my baby girl. Frilzy, you know, it's admirable how loyal you are to all of your baby girls. Frilzy says, Magnus McGilded, Derma says, the alternative is convincing a man in spite of the absence of evidence. You could throw everyone in jail and have all the guilty caught, but that be absurd. So some of the guilty walk. Well, I think I even said this in a stream a while ago. This is one of the greatest, most important traditions of Western law, is the idea that you would rather have 100 guilty men go free than one innocent person be convicted wrongly. And unfortunately, the reality of the situation is there are still some innocent people that can get convicted. But the point is you want to minimize that, because if a guilty person goes free, it sucks. And maybe that person will go on to commit some more crimes and have more victims. And yeah, that's terrible. But it's like, I think we view that as preferable to punishing an innocent person, to like victimizing someone innocent, if that makes sense, right? Rivulet says, Mr. And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Lawyer. Derma says, dang, I downloaded Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright while the eShop was still active. So I'm good. I wish I had done that now. Darn it. I should go back and check. Now I wonder if I did actually, because I remember I downloaded a few Ace Attorney games, I think, when they were like super, super cheap. I should go back and check. I don't think I did that one though. I don't think I did. Okay, let's play a little bit more.
Don't forget, it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you could believe me after that? Not likely.
And yes, hopefully she'll be like so touched by the fact that we still believe in her, right?
Well, Mr. Naruhodo?
A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Wait, is the game gonna give me a choice? Could I choose to not believe in her and get a bad ending? Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything. We're gonna save, because we gotta see what the funny thing is. We're gonna save, and then I will purge this from the timeline, from existence. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything is said. Can't trust her. I can't. I'm sorry. You lie to me once, that's it. I know you're capable of lies. You're an awful person, and I just have too high of expectations. I cannot trust this lady. I cannot. Let's just roll credits. Let's get out of here. I'm coming back to Japan with Susato. But what choice do I really have here? I have to believe in her. Why did you give me the option? Game. Come here. Game. Let's be serious, game. Don't give me the option if it's not really an option. Game. Oh, I think I gotta bump that back up now. All right. I have to believe in her for the sake of the story. Although I can hardly believe myself that I'm making this choice in spite of everything. Let's just put it down to one of life's little curiosities. Okay, I'm gonna reload. I don't want that in my actual timeline. Here we go. Load. I trust her! Gina. Let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial.
Hey? Are you half-baked?
Not at all. I'm not baked at all. I'm raw. I'm just raw Ryunosuke over here. Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Oh, it's the music that plays in the main menu.
Seriously, Mr. Naruhodo? Didn't you hear all what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just trip off me tongue, and I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you in all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it.
I hope we reference what Herlock was saying when we had that heart-to-heart with him. Do you guys remember when he was talking about, I can't remember which trial it was, but when we had the heart-to-heart with Herlock. Oh, I think it was about Natsume, and he told us that he believes what he chooses to believe. And if it turns out someone betrays his trust, then, well, he made a mistake and move on.
Gina,
How?
I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize.
What do you mean?
The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down.
It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side.
What? What do you expect me to say to that? Wiping away tears. Is it raining in here? I think it's raining. Strange day for rain here.
That was sweet.
Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully by you. You're the one who wrote it beautifully. Oh, such beautiful handwriting. Oh, I'm saying, boy, this wouldn't make nearly as much sense if the player had not presented this to me earlier and found out that I was the one who forged the signature. I mean, got the signature.
Do what you like. You Eastern Lotter. I don't know what you are. I don't get ya.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, we're all friends, girlfriends, except for Inosuke gay. Bruno has to leave. He's not a girlfriend.
I love... I was about to say Kibito this time. Robotman!
Oh, Kibo! I forgot his name.
There we go.
I forgot his name.
Face there. That's great.
Given the circumstance.
Oh, back in Danganronpa V3.
Yeah, I don't know why I have a hard time saying it.
All the names are okay.
Bo. How am I gonna memorize that? I need like a mnemonic device for it.
That's just when Chad liked to clip me making embarrassing mistakes. Thank you very much for the clip rule. Oh, it's Krista! It means we have a mod! It's no longer the Purge. Yeah, okay, once we get something more interesting to look at on the screen here, I will read some more chat. Also, I see a clip coming up pretty soon. I don't know if it's a regular clip or if it's a spoiler clip, but I look forward to it. But Krista, how are you? Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Taking her, that's a weird way to say it. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end, I think. Oh, but we gotta turn in the papers. Didn't Queen Katie say that we got 2 locations?
Whoever's hiding there.
Wait, what? Hiding? What?
Whoever's hiding there.
Okay, is it Herlock? Did Herlock fall? No, because Herlock's in surgery, right? Oh, it's probably Gregson to tell us that Herlock's. Oh, maybe that's gonna be the final location. Not to go turn the papers. We're gonna check it on Herlock at the hospital, or maybe it's Eggert Benedict just gonna come in here and just like, You know what that dance is? It's like the Squidward jelly tentacles dance.
Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice.
Miss Susato?
Somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before.
What?
I don't see anyone over here. Is the person bricks? You can see a seam in the bricks where it looks like the texture is just flipped and continues in the other direction. You can see...
Oh, it's Gregson. Blimey, you're sharp, eh? It's Gregson, I think. Ah, Gregson! Yeah, look right here. There's like a seam.
Suppose you're using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about.
If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector.
Grexy!
Oh dear me, I am most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been listening into our conversation?
Good grief! Listening in? No! I was also looking in, I was spying with all me senses. I just got word that there was some visitors who were refusing to leave, even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all.
After hours? Is it that late already? Did we miss the deadline for turning the papers?
So then I humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye and bye.
That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Okay, now, yeah, we got some more interesting visuals. I'm gonna read some more in the chat while he's squishing his chips. Let's see. Queen Katie says, while raising the prices of the 1 terabyte version, oh, I read that. It's a spoiler clip incoming soonish. I've been waiting for this one for a good while. Okay, so it is a spoiler clip that I see a little bit further down. Queen Katie says, even though we all knew it, this is about to be a confirmation and hence a spoiler clip. Oh, it's gonna be about McGilded being the murderer, probably, right? Maybe, I don't know. Magpie says, you can thank the AI data centers for that. That's why the new Steam machines are so expensive too. And then Queen Katie says, spoiler clip. Oh, yeah, it's a Magpie. We were talking about the same thing earlier. Queen Katie says, spoiler clip, vindication. Okay. So chat, a clip has been posted into the chat. If you're new, if you're lurking, if you do not know the deal, if someone posts a clip in the chat, we watch the clip together. And some of our community members, such as Queen Katie, have this thing that we have come to refer to as spoiler clips. This is when either I'll guess something very right or very wrong, or maybe accidentally foreshadow something, and we watch a clip together to see what it was, kind of refresh our memory, and laugh about how clueless past Logan was. So this clip is from 2 months ago, titled One Fear. Well, defending people, of course.
Well said. So, let's have you defend someone.
I hope he picked someone who actually did the crime.
Huh?
I didn't remember saying that, but yeah, I mean, it's because he did an evil laugh. Yes. Yes! And that's what he did. And we still got him acquitted. But again, I think my running theory, and I'm probably way off, and I've said this before, is that Strongheart assigned us hoping that we would fail. I think he knew what a charming and conniving and charismatic person Magnus McGilded is, and I think he knew that if he left him to defend himself, he would probably get himself acquitted. Because so much of what happened in the case was McGilded doing things and twisting words around up on the stand that convinced people. And I think he knew that if he was defending himself, he would probably win. And so I think he wanted to give him an inexperienced lawyer to kind of screw it up. And we unfortunately got him acquitted anyway. And so then Strongheart, I still think it was him, took matters into his own hands and killed McGilded. That's gonna be my theory until otherwise proven wrong. And Lang says, I'd say it'd be difficult for colorblind people, if not for the characters, stating the colors. I mean, it's good that they're stating them then. It kind of reminds me in Among Us when they try to make it more accessible for colorblind people when you're doing the wires in engineering. In electrical. And they put little symbols on them to show where they match up to in case you can't see the colors correctly. Magpie says, technically, they didn't have the evidence to prosecute McGilded, and the trial was somewhat forced to end early, and this is now the rest of the story. And the thing, like I said before, yeah, they didn't prove him innocent. They just got him demonstrated to not be proven guilty, you know? Eglin said, completely unrelated, has anyone else read the Twitter post of a Japanese man going to a Mexican restaurant for the first time and experiencing unlimited chips and salsa? Oh, I think I've seen that guy's account who just describes, it's Nobunaga something or other, and he describes a uniquely either American or Western things and just amazement for them. I saw the guy talking about something else. I think that was the one. I can't remember if it was unlimited chips and salsa. It might have been unlimited breadsticks, but just talking about how just merely being there was already an agreement or a contract, and they were repaying you with all these things. It was just, yes, I saw that, and it was kind of amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. You should all check it out. Over on YouTube, let's see, Frulzy says, just invent time travel. Why didn't I think of that? I mean, technically we are all traveling in time right now, just into the future at a steady rate of 1 second per second, which I guess is not as impressive, but we are time traveling. And Durba says, Frulzy, unfortunately the microwave has yet to be invented, and the phone's even further. Oh, in the game. And says, squishing his chips sounds like a euphemism. Oh, it is. It is. Everything you're seeing, that is his face when he's recreationally squishing his chips. He does it with such intensity and concentration. It's probably not healthy. And then Derma says unlimited food is a distinctly American thing. I've heard that like in Europe, for example, that you don't even get like free refills on sodas, which kind of blows my mind. A buddy of mine was telling me about how he went to Europe one time, and most of the restaurants there, yeah, you don't get free refills on soda. But he went to, they had, I can't remember what it was. It was a franchise chain, like an American restaurant, but like there. And they were trying to really do the American experience at it. And so they were making a big deal, like, would you like a free refill on your soda? And he was like, oh, yeah, sure. But like, how about another free refill? Like, it was a big, huge deal to them over there. Okay, we're gonna stop him from squishing his chips. We don't want him to do damage to his soft chip tissues.
Oh, but I wanted to have a chat.
I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute.
Oh, I see. That's a shame.
If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will, well...
Oh, that's right, and there's this whole other case going on that we are, like, not privy to. Are we gonna, like, switch cases, like, halfway through? We're gonna discover that this case is related to whatever that case is and have to switch to a different client and a different... I don't know. I just wanted to have something to do with the Crystal Tower that they've been talking about all game.
Emergency?
Lord Strongheart?
No, I ain't forget I said anything anyway. I'm off.
All right, Gregsy, if you have to, but let's chat soon.
Delighted, charm, can't wait if you please, my pleasure.
That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere.
Gregsy's so funny. He says such silly things.
I wonder if the reason why there was that obvious seam on the brick, because like, didn't you guys say this game was originally released on the 3DS? Maybe like it wasn't as widescreen. Maybe the aspect ratio was cut off some more, and they didn't originally have enough brick. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. No, I'm gonna be honest. Like if I saw a grown man in real life fawning like to a 10-year-old girl, I would be a little bit troubled by it. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court.
I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes.
Okay, so I guess Herlock is not coming out of surgery before the trial? Yes, of course. Thank you, Miss Susato.
Bow. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later.
And then do we say our goodbyes since she's leaving like first thing in the morning? And so our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. I feel like we should have returned to the pawnbroker and resumed looking for that box. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan.
16th April, 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy.
Naruhodo-san.
I'm assuming she's going to stay. Or at least come back quickly. I hope it's because it turns out that her dad is not actually sick, that Strongheart lied about that. I hope it's not that she chooses to defend Gina over her own flesh and blood father.
It's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted.
What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon.
Thank you for your kind words.
So, Bye. Later, hater. Just gonna head to bed. This is my bedroom, by the way. You need to leave this room from. Okay, you're gonna watch me sleep. Okay.
I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them.
I know exactly what you mean.
Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow.
One final task? Can we present more stuff there? Anything else to present? No, it's all the same stuff. Can I just leave? I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna go into Windy Bake's shop. I'm gonna look around in there. Ah, I can't!
It's rather late now. I think perhaps we oughtn't go out at this hour.
Ow! Can I examine stuff? Oh, look, things are unclicked again. We can examine the whole room. Want to argue about shovels and spades? What's the matter with me? Why am I examining things at a time like this? This is my last chance to talk to Susato-san before she leaves. I want to look at the Daruma. Can I look at other things? Look at the room, the Daruma, and her room. Look at that thing. Everything's all checked off. Okay, so it's just the tell me that I can't examine things. Bro! Okay, converse. Going back to Japan. I'm going to save again, though. And I'm going to read a couple more comments to the chat. Because I am just still really, really behind. Let's see. Magpie says, aw, Susato signed for Gina. If it was allowed by Gina, then Susato could qualify as a notary. Well, don't you have to be, like, licensed as a notary or something? As long as there... well, I guess she's a judicial assistant, so maybe. As long as there was another witness, it'd probably pass muster in Old England, since Ryunosuke is allowed to practice law without passing the bar law. That is a good point. That is a good point. We're very flexible on laws here in these olden times. Eglin said, there are so many posts of that man going to different places and experiencing things, mostly food. The only thing I don't like about his posts, they're very great posts. The only thing I don't like is that he tends to use a lot of like generative AI images that he posts with them. But the stories are really great. Magpie says, I'm like 85% certain the post was generated by ChatGPT. Oh, crap! Oh, that'd be awful, but that might be because, like I said, the images were. Oh, that makes me sad. Magpie, but you might be right. Eglin said, I really hope it wasn't because it genuinely is my favorite thing right now. Magpie says, I hate to spread that seed of doubt in you, but that was one of the first things I thought when I read it. I am seeing more and more posts online that I am certain were at the very least authored by ChatGPT, if not like necessarily automated as a post. Eglin says, I know there's AI art attached to those posts, hate that, but part of me hopes the AI was used in the writing, that if AI was used in the writing, it was just for translation. Magpie says, would you like my reasoning, or would you like to remain blind to my suspicions? I will respect your preference. Eglin said, I'd like to remain blind for now, but probably wrong, but honestly, I need that slight joy of believing. Magpie says, you're so real for that. Then I will encourage you with the knowledge that I cannot be 100% certain. Eglin says, they definitely do admit to some AI usage, and it's clear in the images, but I do want to believe majority of the writing is from actual experiences, but it is definitely exaggerated and translated for dramatic purposes. And there's where Crystal came in and did the clip roulette. Crystal! Quigita says, Crystal said, lurk, EP. Aw, thank you for the lurk, Crystal. And then Crystal says, hi, Katie. Quigita says, enjoy the EP. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Let's see. Derma says, well, you can get refills. You order another one and pay. That's why I said it's not free refills. Now, to be fair, in the United States, it's mainly just soda that you get free refills on. If you order like juice or milk or something like that, then, or I guess like alcoholic beverages, I keep forgetting that's the thing that people actually do since I don't drink. Then yeah, that's gonna cost money. But like soda, I think it's partly because soda is just so dang cheap and Americans just love guzzling it down. And Durba says, Vero, I am so sorry for even bringing up the squishing chips thing for what it led to. Oh, wait, is Vero here? Are you just saying that like for the future when Vero watches the VOD? Vero, when you watch in the VOD, Dermo is very sorry about the squishing chips. I think all of us are sorry that Gregson was very graphically squishing his chips right on screen for all of us to see. And I think you have to apologize about me now saying that, Dermo, and I'm sorry to you. Let's see, Magpie says, I like the idea that Gina insisted that Susato make the handwriting nice, because that tells me Gina actually thought very highly of the document and wanted it to be good, even though she was acting like she didn't want the help. Well, okay, Gina is like, she's a little bit tsundere. I mean, part of it is that she doesn't trust adults, but there's also, like, even when she was like, oh, what you doing? Stop it, don't like all this nice stuff. I mean, she's a bit tsundere. Crystal says, nah, continue the purge chat, no! Says, I will listen, but I need to close my eyes for now. Okay, enjoy your nap. I guess we're purging. Okay, let's get back in this. Going back to Japan. We're only a little over halfway through the stream. We can still make it to the trial tonight, I think. We're probably not gonna, like, talk to Susato for an hour and 20 minutes, right?
It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. But we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret.
I'm so sorry, Susato-san.
It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts.
I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel like I've learned something. That I am a terrible lawyer, and it's mainly you who's been carrying me. Gina's gonna get convicted. I am so sorry.
And what would that be?
It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities.
Facets? Is that like what the water comes out of in the bathtub? You turn on the faucet and you check and see if the water is warm?
And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we only see a small number of the total facets. And what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that people are multifaceted? Had you never interacted with people other than Kazuma before coming here?
What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live.
That's so true.
Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. Like, Susato, if it turns out that you do crimes or did crimes, I'd be blind to that. I would think you're a good person. I'm just completely blind. I'm oblivious. But I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together.
Naruhodo-san.
I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes feels dark.
It's amazing to think that it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much.
Sorry, what? I've grown? No, I'm an adult. I don't have any more growth spurts. You're still a teenager. You should grow. You should grow so much.
Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant.
I feel like that was mostly us talking. We're supposed to talk to her about going back to Japan, and I just blabbed. Tomorrow's departure. Do you know what time you'll leave London in the morning?
Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m.
Oh, that's like less than 5 hours from now. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station.
Absolutely not! People will think we're dating. I'm planning on picking up some last-minute smooching with the boys on the street before I leave. This is my last chance. I want to give me some sweet, sweet Englishman lips. Kiss them.
Sorry?
I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that.
Because then I'll be sleepy at court.
You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow.
Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but
every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. Huh? You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. Ow. But please, for me, do try.
One final task. Before we do the one final task, I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat. Let's see, Eglin says, went back to Tomodachi life. My best friend finally wants a child on the 69th day of being married to me. Nice! My couple of, me and Gallica wanted to have a second baby. And I said, no, we can't just keep populating this island with all your babies. I know you guys are just probably going at it like rabbits all the time, but no more babies, please. I just get a little frustrated that so many of the couples on my island, I'll just like come back one day and suddenly, like the day before, they'll be like, in love, soulmates. I'll come back, it's like, not getting along. Making it work. I'm like, crap. Can't you guys just be happy? I don't want to come back and find that you're all divorcing each other. Exist says, hi, you don't exist. It's been a little while. How are you? Eglin says, so far I've seen people read through the chips and salsa one about biscuits and gravy and one about animal-style burgers and fries at In-N-Out. Quicket says, Logan, I just checked the Japanese 3DS version. The seam is still there. Worth noting, the screen you've been looking at on the top screen of the 3DS, the same size. I'm shocked they kept this even in HD, lol. That is kind of surprising. Maybe it's because they've had so many characters in this, because they've been creating all these unique jurors for all the trials that they had to like cut corners somewhere. Queen Katie says, the shovel, I tried. Queen Katie says, no. Ryunosuke, talk about spades. Chris says, wait, what is the AI? Never mind, read back, and then a Miss Vero command. Oh crap. I'm almost caught up. I can see the end of chat is almost right there. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Derma says, I don't know if Vero is here, but I'm covering my bases. No, I don't think so, because Crystal just used the Miss Vero command, and I'm like 2 comments away from catching up to chat over on Twitch. And Frulzy says, if you don't want babies to overpopulate your Tomodachi Island, you can send them away after their birth. Oh, okay, that's a good point. I'd forgotten about that. I guess I can. Just give birth, and then they're like sea tortoise babies, whatever, that the babies will scurry away on the beach into the ocean and maybe get eaten by seagulls and maybe making it out into the open sea. So yeah, we'll just do that. I'll just do that. I'll just let them go at it and just totally have so many babies. Oh yeah, one final task. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean?
I gotta teach you how to be a lawyer. Finally. Oh my, I nearly forgot.
Oh, it's her book. It's got a lot of, okay, hang on, I gotta take my camera away so you can see. It's got so many bookmarks in it. Look at that. So she's gonna give us the book that she's always checking up her sleeve?
Please, I want you to have this.
What is that? Some huge bundle of documents.
It's my notes from the case 2 months ago.
Oh, has she still been like investigating that this whole time?
The murder that was committed on the omnibus.
Huh? The McGilded case?
It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you.
With everything else she's had to think about, Susato-san still managed to do this. And all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting.
It was my pleasure. I learned to say that from Chick-fil-A. My pleasure. I can only hope it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina.
Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. And unlike a certain Maya Fey in the future, you've never been accused of murder. You would never do that, right? You would never participate in a murder, right?
Well, ... That's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there.
Oh, nothing. Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself about failures. I was talking about you. You're a failure.
Is she seriously still not going to tell us the whole thing with why she knew the full title of the Hound of the Baskervilles before she leaves? The McGilded case notes have been entered into the court record. Notes collated by Miss Susato about the McGilded case that we worked on 2 months ago.
Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room.
Susato-san, I
wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Oh, turning away in a way like I'm crying.
Why? I forgot to unlock it. There we go. Ah! What was that? Why'd you do that? Why did you do that to me? Also, did she say something beforehand? What was it? Wait, there's something I need to say.
Hiya! How dare you try to talk to a girl after she's already said goodnight and is leaving? What the fuck? Get rotated.
What was that?
A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. It's what I do to boys who try to talk to me when I'm done talking to them. I shut you down. Ooh, bah, 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 bah.
Shut down?
Please, I implore you.
Wait, did she just get kind of blurry? It's like the lighting is getting softer. Is it because there's tears in our eyes?
If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Oh.
Yeah, I think his vision's getting blurry with his own tears. You could have turned me back right side up before you left. I think I'm like this now. Susato-san. It truly had been a trying day. And tomorrow we're gonna try a case. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. That's how you know this isn't 100 line, then it would have been I fell into a fitful sleep. That's what he was always saying. That's me snoring. Is that the end of the part?
Hey, I totally forgot wasn't there from the beginning and fell asleep watching. What was the Logan theory? I totally missed that part.
Vero! Thank you for the 10 bits! Welcome! We were just talking about Dermo over on YouTube had things to apologize to you for earlier. Vero, welcome! Okay, the theory is, just to recap, and I had reasoning for it and also realized why it's completely wrong and cannot be. But I was thinking maybe the big twist of this game would be that not necessarily the direct murderer, but like an accomplice of the murderer is our weird girl sidekick Susato. That she is involved in. I was saying because like when the I'll recap really quickly. For one thing, it'd be a surprise. That's one of the few types of twists they haven't done yet. Second of all, the night of the murder, it was Herlock came and woke us up because Gina was missing and went over to the window and was like, oh, look, the light's on over Windy Bank. And then right before we left, Susada was sitting there. It's like, oh, hey, let's go over there right right now, right away. And it's like no explanation for why she was awake. Also, she knew the title of the Hound of Baskervilles. The only way that she could have known that is if that she had already been in that room at some point. So maybe she had previously been casing the joint, as the kids say, with those two silhouettes that we saw, and had already like broken in there and opened up the box and seen the manuscript and things like that. So I think there's possible other things going on with Susato, and yeah. So she might be conspiring with Lord Strongheart, who I still suspect is the big bad. So yes, I'm probably wrong. And I realized I'm wrong because that there's a skin for Susato in the next game. And if she is a murderer, they probably wouldn't have let her be our weird girl sidekick. Unless they did like a Black Will and maybe put her in like shackles and like, hey, you can still do this. This is your work release thing or something. But welcome, Vero, and thank you for the 10 bits. Let's get to something more interesting on the screen, and then I'll talk with the chat some more. I almost caught up, by the way, Vero. 17th April, the small hours, St. Sinner's Hospital Ward 3. Oh, we are going to see Herlock. I thought it was just going to be continued. Huh?
I don't know what Dermo would apologize to me, but all is forgiven.
You hear that, Dermo? Vero is forgiving you for instigating Gregson graphically squeezing his chips. So there you go. I mean, it was very intense and just very yeah. We'll just leave it at that. But thank you, Vera, for the 10 bits, and congratulations, Dermo. You are forgiven. Okay, so we're gonna finally see Herlock. Herlock waking up from surgery. Yes, I quite understand. I'm gonna assume it's Herlock talking, unless it's the doctor. That is a great weight off my mind. Unless, oh, it is! Hey, oh, wait, he's not even in a hospital gown? He's in full buttoned-up regalia of everything. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Herlock's not conspiring with bad guys, is he? If he is, maybe it's like not really Herlock. Maybe it's like an evil twin or something. I want Herlock to be nice. I hope it's not another, I've been replaced by the Phantom again. Oh yes, this character you loved the entire game. He's been dead all along. Thank you so much. Are we going to see who he's talking to? Wait, oh, and is this the same hospital where Olive Green was? No, because she wouldn't still be here 2 months later, though, right? It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you. Oh, it's not him. Because his mouth wasn't moving. Oh, so he's asking someone else to set things up. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell and Godspeed. Who is he talking? Are you going to say the name? ... Say the name of who you're talking to? Oh, yeah. Oh, Susato. My dear madam. So she came to visit him in the middle of the night. To be continued. Yay, I don't have to grasp at straws of a Herlock Sholmes evil twin theory for the rest of the game now. Save your poggers! Yes, save my poggers! Oh my goodness, save my poggers! My poggers need saving so badly. Okay, so just shy of the 2-hour mark, we made it to the trial. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last. One that I would remember for the rest of my days.
17th April, 9:32 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
We made it! Good morning, Gina. Okay, I gotta read some chat. I mean, I was almost fully caught up to chat. There was only like 1 or 2 more messages, but let's see what else is going on here. Let's see, because it was Crystal doing the Miss Vero command, Queen Katie doing the Miss Vero command, and then Queen Katie doing a timestamp, 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 12 seconds. 2 hours on the nose just hit just now. So yeah, a little under 20 minutes behind. Vax says, hello, I am here. Welcome, Vax. How are you doing? Queen Katie says, yo. And Exist says, I'm okay. Better now that school's done for the summer. Oh, wait, hang on. I just noticed there's a pin message. I'm going to finish reading Exist message, and I'll get to the pin. How did I miss that pin message? I'll be right back to pin. Exist is saying, I'm okay. Better now that school's done for the summer. Laughing. This year was really rough. Been resting mostly. Just got into my next show, and we'll start rehearsing on Saturday. Oh, also, no idea if this had happened since last we spoke, but I'm now an aunt. I think this is news. I think you might have mentioned that it was going to be happening or something, but congratulations! If aunthood is anything like unclehood, you're in for a treat. I hope the new niece or nephew is delightful and adorable. So we got a pin message here on Twitch, written by Queen Katie, pinned by Crystal, said, finally, we start page 5. Now we're in LoganRobo's, officially halfway in the case. That's right, because we have finished 4 parts out of 8. So we are officially at the halfway point. So thank you very much, Queen Katie. How many streams has this case taken? It's because it was like 2 streams before we even like got a hint of a body. And the next stream we found a body, and then I think we had 1 investigate. This is like at least 5, if not 6 streams has just been this case. So we got at least a couple more weeks of this before we move on to the next game, right? So thank you for the pin message. And then Queen Katie says, wrong book, Logan. The book she always uses, blue, I think. Okay, so this is a different one. This is specifically just her case notes for the McGilded case. So thank you very much for pointing that out, Queen Katie. And then Queen Katie says to Exist, nice, fellow ant. High five. Let me take a look over YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Yeah, there was Dermo saying, I don't know if Vera is here, covered in my bases. Frilzy says, if you don't want babies to overpopulate your Tomodachi. Oh, wait, I already read that. Frilzy says, so you could see what could have been. And the Dermo says, Frilzy, so like the Tomodachi Life version of Magdalene Laundries? Maybe not. And then Rivulet says, well, they grow up. Like, they're born, and then, like, within a day, they just turn into adults. I think it's a time skip thing. Rivulet says, my Iris Faye and Aura Blackwilmies are in a failing relationship. It's so awful. I mean, I've got, like, I've got multiple relationships, multiple marriages on my island, and every now and then, some of them will just suddenly be like, I'm making it work. And then the other one will still be in love, like soulmates. And it's so sad. Derma says, Rivulet, that is certainly a pairing. Wait. Oh, Iris Faye. Yeah. Okay, good. I never realized that we have 2 irises in this game series. And the Derma says, a pairing. And then Rivulet said, this is such a sad scene, but I can't help but think he just slept on the floor after this. Iris Faye, like Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. I just need to be certain it is not this Iris from this game. Yeah, I never know what last name to give her. I always just think of her as like Iris of Hazakura Temple. Iris Hazakura or something. But yes, that definitely is a pairing. Okay, let's get back in the game and I'll read some more chat soon. But Vero, it is so good that you're here. I am getting more and more excited about my my birthday coming up next week because I am anticipating some Transformers that I have been very, very excited about. I won't gush about on the stream because other people wouldn't be interested, but I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Okay, good morning, Gina. How? I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it.
How? So where's your friend then?
Well, Susato told her that she's leaving. That was the whole thing where she was like,
I'm leaving. I'm going to Japan tomorrow. Never see you again. And so don't make my friends sad.
Did she forget? Sorry?
You know, her in the fancy dress. Susato, or however you say it. I don't know, Susato?
Sounds like a Susato fart. Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. Oh, she's sad that she didn't get to say goodbye. Oh, is that a new sprite? I don't think we've seen her look sad like that before. Is that, oh yeah, you know what? Is that like Iris and Herlock rubbing off on her? Because they always do that pointing thing.
right with that, are you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off.
It's fine. It's not as though Miss Susato and I won't meet again one day.
Even so.
But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Hang on, I want to check something in our court record. People. Oh, we're not in it. Crap. I was just gonna ask, how old are we? Except Susato's only 16, and I think we're in college, so we're probably, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, because people are acting like, I don't know, the way that she was doing that seemed to like imply that she thinks that Ryunosuke and Susato are in love or something like that. You only get one chance. This trial today is all we have.
Ryu is like 22 or 23.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking like, well, maybe if he's like 19 or something like that. All right. But then again, it is like back in ye olden times, back when like people did weird crap. But okay, so then it's not that. I don't, just something about the way that Gina was saying that just made it sound like, I could tell you're in love, go see her, you know. But it's not that. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero, and for the information. Who's this? It was probably Iris. Good morning, you two. Oh, it's Wagahai. I think I remember the cat's name for the first time. Oh, look, Wagahai is stretched out long, like on Vero's Ribbon Herald picture. Look at that. I mean, probably all the way down the ground because Iris is like this big. So like she holds the cat. The cat's like hind legs are flat on the ground. How are you feeling, Jenny? Did you manage to sleep? Wagahai's lines are voiced.
Iris, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? We're friends in need. We show our support. Hang on, if I was accused of murder, would you not come to my trial to support me? Is this a one-sided friendship? I was gonna let you pet my cat, but now you can't pet my... Oh, okay, you know, you can pet my cat. My cat's adorable. Isn't that right, Waggy?
No!
Ah, Waggy!
Great way to show your support, kitty.
Let him have a nose around. What harm could it do?
You might like eat some chocolate or something. You're not good at taking care of animals. Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here.
London news. Pawnbroker perishes. Oh, this is great. Hey, hang on. I think I need to take my camera away so you can see it. Oh, and then it clicked ahead.
What do you say, Bruno, Jenny?
Pawnbroker perishes in pickpocket plunder. That's neat. It's very alliterative. Natsume would be pleased. Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first.
Now, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad.
It's a depressing way to look at it.
Yeah, that question always gives away people's personalities.
Let's not go there.
All right, then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move.
I mean, that is unfortunate, but how does that affect us? Huh? The bad news was a weather report. Okay, that's good. That means that she had to struggle to find bad news.
So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port.
Oh. So Susato might not actually be gone. Gosh. Yes.
All right, then. So what's the good news?
There isn't any. Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it?
I couldn't give a monkey's. Really?
If only all good news canceled out the bad.
And look, this trial has made the headlines too.
Oh, hang on, I just saw a poll has appeared on Twitch. Chat Surubi. If it were you, would you rather good news first or bad news first? I think I usually go with bad news first. I would rather end on a high note, so I'm gonna vote bad news first. I'd rather get the bad news out of the way. And you know what, I'm gonna read some more in the chat, because why not? Exit says, I've mostly been deep in Deltarune Chapter 5 trenches as of late. Okay, no spoilers, obviously. My tentative plan is to start playing that on July 7th. And so I'm trying to give everybody in the community time to play it and get ahead if you so choose, so that people won't like avoid those streams for the sake of spoilers. But I hope you're enjoying it, Exist. Queen Katie says, time is so spooky. In 4 more months, my nephew will be 1 year old. It's like it was yesterday. He was born and I gained the ant role. I know, it's crazy. Kids grow like weeds. Magpie says, hey, Wobex! And then Crystal says, welcome to the Ant Club. Yes, she's blurry, frowny face.
You know it's bad when in my playthrough I just finished Mr. Jack's fight.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty far. So you're like well into all the Gerson. Almost said Gregson there. Gregson is not a hammer of justice. I mean, he works with justice. He's the bag of chips of justice. But are you enjoying it? And didn't you say, Vera, that you're just like planning on watching the stream even when you haven't played Chapter 5 yet? Which I appreciate when people do that. It's like a sacrifice that you're willing to just watch the spoilers. So thank you. And thank you for the 10 bits. And I hope you're enjoying it. Crystal says, imagine if Susato just returns after the case. I mean, maybe the next game's gonna be like, I'm back. My dad got better, or died, I don't know, but I'm back. And it's like a time, because, you know, they usually have time skips in all the Ace Attorney games. It'll be like a year later or 2 years later or something like that. But I still suspect that she's not going to completely leave, and I'm hoping it's just because that Strongheart lied and her dad is not actually sick. That's what I'm going with right now. And over on YouTube chat, let's see. Dermo says, I have a ragdoll cat, meaning like Wagahai, if you pick them up, they just flop. Very, very lazy. My cat is interesting because, like, she does not jump up onto things, usually. She'll jump up on a couch or a chair. The only other piece of furniture she'll jump up onto is the kitchen table. Other than that, she doesn't jump up onto things. So whenever I pick her up, what she usually does, instead of like cuddling, she perches herself out onto my arm so she can look around at things. And I take her around to stuff and I let her like sniff things. So she doesn't like go limp. She's like, oh, I'm gonna get to see some stuff that I normally don't get to see. And then I'll show her around and she just like looks around and she's adorable. I love her so much. Okay, let's play some more.
And look, this trial has made the headlines too! Pawnbroker Paris is a pick-purse plunder!
Oh, pick-purse. I thought it was pickpocket when I was reading the thing. Pick-purse plunder.
See?
How do you like that? Well, say what they want, see if I care. I'm more than a pick-purse. I pick pockets. I pick me nose. I pick me friends, but I never pick me friends' noses.
I can't, because you're covering your face.
Don't worry, Runo will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense.
I will.
And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharged Divers Dauntless Do-Gooder. He do. Isn't that right, Runo?
Oh, yes, let's hope so.
Of course I will! I have absolute faith in you! How is that? I was trying to sound like Susie. I don't have faith in you. I'm a liar. Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here. Today's paper has been entered into the court record. This morning's paper purchased by Iris. Gina's case features prominently. Well, we gotta check it out and see if there's other bits and bobs that we can glean from it.
Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can.
Okay, I want to look at the paper. I want to look at the paper. I want to examine it on the paper. Can I flip it around? Oh, I can! See, London news. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse blunder. Let's flip it around to this side. Oh, that's right. We got to go upside down. Otherwise, it'll... There we are. There we are. And I... okay, so... Something, question mark. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice? I can't tell you. It's probably Ministry something. Is this the big secret emergency that Strongheart is working on? Oh, I can click it. Oh, hey, the poll is done. Bad News First won unanimously with 100% of the vote. So we all have the same similar personalities. Okay, let's see. We'll click the front side first, then we'll click the back.
Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse plunder. How awful! For Jenny, I mean.
But tomorrow's headline will be Discharge Diver is Dauntless Do-Gooder. Right? Yeah.
Yes, it's something like that. I don't know. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger with more D's. More, I don't like big D's. I like lots of D's.
Bigger? How?
Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial. Perhaps, perchance, peradventure.
Protects planet?
Ooh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's gonna be so great.
And then flip it over.
There's a sensational story lower on the front page as well. Look!
No, Ministry Mole! That's what it says. Okay, Ministry Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice! For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of world news.
Or I could just read. I don't know what that means. It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently, they're being intercepted by hostile nations. Oh, curse you, Kaiser Wilhelm!
Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that?
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Yeah, you didn't think it'd be this detailed. This is gonna be important. This is gonna lead to the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Are you looking for a new career, Runo?
No, of course not! I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yeah, it could be. And it could explain why he has Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment.
The details of today's paper have been updated. Okay, the morning's paper, which contains an article about government secrets being leaked to foreign agencies. I guess it was good that we did that.
Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can.
Huh?
Obviously, I don't know what the law is. I don't know the law like Susie does, but
oh, she's gonna be our weird girl. She's gonna be at the bench with us?
But still. Bazooka! I'll be at your side, by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement and blasting people with my bazooka.
I'm not sure that big thing is as comfortable as you think it is. As comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you.
Oh yeah, Iris.
Hi, ba.
Can she even reach our defense bench?
Oh my gosh, I hope. Oh, there's no way the game is gonna do. The game is probably gonna have her like stepping on an apple box or something. Kind of like, what are the other cases? What there was a witness who was like really short and had to stand on a case, right? That's what she'll probably do. But I would love it if we just look over and all we see is just like here up, just like the top like quarter or third of her forehead. I want that. The game will not be nice though. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I think you're thinking correctly. I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat. Let's see. Crystal says, Vero! Hi, Vero. And then some emotes. Quiggin says, Vero, yay! Vero says, to me. Crystal says, specifically towards you. Vero says, gasp. Crystal says, Dermo said something I forgot. I was too eepy. Magpie says, now I need to see Susato do a Blackquill chain break. Funny enough, in the roleplay Discord, the person who plays Susato is also the person who plays Blackwell. Well, she can. Now, like, just for like her own shackles, would she be able to grab? Because like she didn't break our shackles on the boat. But, you know, Herlock removed him a bunch. Crystal says laughing, Vera says laughing, and Quiggin says Herlock in the vest, and then Daddy Command, and Vero says hot. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. Durba says, no, not the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. Their debut album is so good. I know, I only know like one of their songs, but wasn't it? I'll float on, all right. Already, we'll all float on, all right. Don't worry, we'll all float on. And I guess everybody loved it so much that if it died and people were like, World War, because of that. I think that was theirs, right? I sometimes get bands mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that was Franz Ferdinand. I hope that was Franz Ferdinand.
Oh yeah, Iris.
Yes, Jenny?
Well,
Oh, is she gonna say thank you?
I was wondering is all about Sholmes. They fix him up all right.
No, he died. He died. He met with Susato and then died under mysterious circumstances. Yes, the operation was a great success. Why is my face like this? I should be happy about this news, about this information. But Hurley still hasn't come around yet.
Wait, what? But he talked to Susato. Do I need to dust back off that Sherlock, that Herlock Sholmes has an evil twin theory? I was just joking about that.
I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Hang on.
It was so late, so maybe no one saw him wake.
That's possible. That is possible. So maybe he's just pretending to still be in a coma. Or maybe it's because he was up all night with Susato helping her out that he went back to sleep and just so tuckered out and it came in like, oh, he's not waking up, he's in a coma. I was gonna check and see if maybe Egbert Benedict had a similar hair color to Sholmes and maybe it was like impersonating him at some point, but I guess not.
He's all up for dramatics.
That is true. That is very true. He might just be like waiting and pretending to be unconscious until there's a maximum number of people in his room so he can, pop awake and shout out like, Eureka! Like, I've got it! About something and impress a whole bunch of people all at once. So yes, let's headcanon that. I mean, the game might explain it, but thank you very much for the 10 bits.
Oh, right.
No Susato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today.
And Iris, I guess. What can a 10-year-old do, though?
To prove that Gina is innocent of this crime.
Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense, the trial is about to begin. Please make your way to the courtroom.
It's time then.
Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris.
Lead the way, Runo! Seriously, I can't reach those doorknobs. They're too high. I'm just a little thing. Just a silly little thing.
Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. I'm kind of bummed. I thought the final case would be like defending Van Zeeks against murdering McGilded. Oh, I just realized, like, even the layers in the back of Cosmo's hair is spiky. If I've learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Oh, and I gotta keep an eye out for the new jurors, because we're gonna have a new jury. I gotta see if we can recognize any of them. Maybe we'll see, like, Lady First is gonna be back. I think Lady First and I think Mr. Garadeb. Or there are those two random people that we saw, the one guy who looked like a town crier and the guy with the big chin. Maybe the two of them will be on the jury, huh?
What if we're not done with McGilded by the second game, so you think it's dragging it?
I mean, that's possible. Okay, here's why. I know that you guys in chat have referred to this first game as basically like the tutorial game of everything. But at the same time, this game released as a full self-contained game. And I would assume, and maybe I'm wrong, I would assume that when they released it, there was probably no guarantee that it would get a sequel. And so, like, that would be weird if they just, like, left a bunch of the mysteries unsolved until the second game? Right? I think, but thank you very much for the 10 bits.
17th April, 10 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Garadeb! And, oh crap, I didn't get to see all of them. I think there were... So, Garadeb is there. I don't know if there are other recurring jurors. I think I saw the racist lady was back again or something.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Lord Van Zeeks,
My lord.
remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service?
Oh yeah, is he gonna give a reason for why he's back again? I thought after the last 2 months he was gone. Is he stalking us?
Is he like, well, if my learned Japanese friend is there, I want to get his attention. It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which this court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Huh? Really? Yeah, because, okay, so then all the cases here, it was a brickmaker, a rando lady in a green coat, and a pawnbroker. Weird.
Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel.
Please, censor yourself when you say befuddled. There are 2 types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. And second, the Dutch.
I think that was a joke from, grab Austin Powers! There we go. Michael Caine, right? There was 2 types of people Michael Caine hated. People who judge others based on their ethnicity or national origin or something. And the Dutch. Oh, God. Okay. She is peering over the counter, but if you notice, our camera angle is much farther down. We gotta look down to see her.
He means Mr. McGilden, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Okay, I guess he's like maybe he counts as higher echelon of society. Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you, Magnus McGilded. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him.
And secondly, even more loathsome. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour.
So is he upset at Gina Lestrade specifically because she helped McGilded get away with murder?
In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East, the Japanese. Ha, yeah, that's right. I did do a racism. That is why vampires are evil, not the blood drinking. The racism. Intolerance and bigotry.
Why? Did he really just say that? He admitted to being racist?
He means you, no, he's racist against you, specifically.
I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris! Total betrayal? What are you talking about? It's because we helped McGilded. He probably thinks we were in on it. That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeek's eyes. Was that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people? Because you know what? If he doesn't discriminate in his discrimination, then that's better?
It's not better. That is even more racist. It'd be less racist if he just hated you specifically because he was judging you by the content of your character. An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, Miss Lestrade. Hope you don't mind, even if you get acquitted, you're gonna die. Yeah, feared by all of London's malefactors. And male factors. And female factors.
Ah, Mao, your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random out of the 20 people living in London back in nowadays. That's why we're repeating a bunch to represent the will of the people in this trial. Okay, so I saw Garadeb. I didn't really get a good look at the others. I'm gonna guess Lady First is gonna be in there. I think I saw the racist lady, but she was from last trial. I don't know if they'd go like back to back. So let's see who we got. Oh no, it's the maid. Oh wait, it's the old man who's forgetful. He's a doctor now. Oh my gosh! It's the revolutionary. It's the Russian revolutionary. He's petting a mouse. It's the guy that Herlock was so worried about. He's just there, just hoping nobody recognizes him. Okay, so we got Garadeb. We got the maid from the first case. We got one new person. He looks kind of like Conan O'Brien, but with a headband and a chandelier. I'm guessing those are goggles that are gonna pop.
Up from?
I don't know. If he's not a citizen of England, how can he? I think jury duty, you have to be a citizen, don't you? Did they just grab him off the street? So he's back. And there's technically 2 jurors in that seat because he has a mouse. And yeah, the old forgetful man is now a doctor. And then and look, the woman who had the typewriter before, she no longer has a typewriter. She has a Morse code thing. What do you call it? I gotta Google this. What is what is machine used for Morse code? What is it? Oh, it's a telegraph key. Because I know you sent them on the telegraph. I didn't know. Wait, no, telegraph key. Is that the actual thing? No, hang on. Wikipedia's saying a telegraph sounder. Oh, that's at the receiving end. I don't know. Okay, but it's a telegraph something or other. I know telegraph. I thought that was just the wire that sends it across. But okay, so she's manning or womaning a telegraph now. These are wonderful. They're all wonderful. I need to read some more in the chat. I'm just delighted by the whimsy of this, including a Russian revolutionary. Well, how many? Okay, Herlock said he had left, was it 16 victims of assassination in his wake, I believe were his words. This guy's murdered 16 people. I don't think he's a pillar of society to be judging other people on murder. Let's see, over on Twitch, Queen Gator says, I still say serial killer Herlock Sholmes would be great. Does that just make it even more hot? Queen Gator says, I am still hunting fanfics for that because when I try to look it up, it's all about a different Sherlock. Queen Gator says, finally we start page 5. Oh, that was pinned early now when Logan's word's officially halfway in the case. Vera says, this part was so sweet. She went to say bye before she left. It sounded like she was doing more than just say goodbye to Herlock, that she was like conspiring with him to make sure to help us out from beyond our shores. Vera says, I was summoned via miscommands. I mean, literally right there. There was multiple miscommands. I don't know if you realize there have been like over 170 of them, I think. Vex says, doing well enough, just a bit tired, had a bit of an off week, but nothing bad happened. Okay, well, it's good nothing bad happened. Sorry that it was an off week. Vibes were just off. Excited to attend my local Pride event soon. Well, I hope the vibes improve for you, Vex. Vera says, oh yeah, before I went back to bed, I saw Logan making fun of my typo in general and got frowny. Mr. Logan hates blind people. Well, it was just such a funny, did you guys see the time? Because Vero meant to say about Pragmata, I'll go, what was it? I'll go, watch the VOD. I think it was watch the VOD, maybe it was check out the VOD, look at the VOD, something like that. But Vera wrote the bod instead. Like, yeah, you go check out that bod. Vera says, for people who drive, you don't magically lose your ability to drive if you don't for a while, right? You might not be as good at it, but I mean, you know, when we had the pandemic lockdowns, that was like a full year where I did very little driving. I almost did everything just like remotely. And so I still was able to drive after that. It's like driving a car is like riding a bicycle, only more dangerous to other people on the road. Let's see, Magpie says, in the roleplay server, we refer to Iris, quote, Iris, no, not that one, the pink one, and Iris, no, not that one, the sad one. I love it. I want that to be their official new last names. And Vera said, I hope you know that the figures you gave me were late birthday gifts. So yay, I hope you get the figures you want. Thank you, Vero. Thank you very much, Vero. I hope that you're still enjoying like the stuff that you got in your care package. I hope that like Jazz's clear plastic isn't cracking and that you're able to transform everybody a-okay. And thank you, Vero. I would tell you that you could probably guess. I've said in chat like which figures I am super excited about that are coming out right about now. Let me have a sip of water and let me go YouTube chat. Let's see. Oh, I gotta scroll up a little bit. I gotta scroll up. Where'd I leave off? Let's see. There we go. Dermo says, I don't think that's them. I haven't heard it. At least I really want the twist to be Sherlock Holmes is the evil one, twin of Sherlock Holmes. I know it's not that, but I want it to be. And it turns out that all the stuff about public domain, it was a lie. It was a lie. But then in the Japanese version, it's this, I don't know. I don't know how it works. But yes, and Derma says, quote, excuse me, I read that. Rivulet says, dang, it's literally the quote. Dermo says, absolutely peak, Jury. I am really excited about this, Jury. Dermo says, it's just a telegraph. The wire is just called the telegraph wire. Okay, so I guess I was wrong. For some reason, I thought it was the telegraph is the whole thing. So it's just this device that she's tapping away is the telegraph. Thank you. I mean, I've never used a telegraph myself, so I can't be sure. Dermo says, that's like my mate who kept forgetting Mia, so called them Dead Maya, as opposed to Alive Maya. Oh, I love these nicknames. I love these. Why couldn't we have localized these characters with these names? You know, you have Maya Faye, and then Dead Maya. Although I guess that would have spoiled that Dead Maya was gonna die. But yeah, okay. We've been staring at this jury long enough, but I'm just delighted by all these characters. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
A former lieutenant in the British Army here. Don't you know, chaps like me were born ready.
I love how I don't know. I love and hate that it won't say Garrett He's just juror number 1.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
What? Oh, he's using a stereoscope. I thought it was goggles. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. But could I have? My wristwatch, I mean. I was doing surgery on Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I want to headcanon that he's still dressed like this because he was Sherlock's surgeon. And he left something inside of him.
Women indispensable in society. Stop! Female-centric future awaits. Stop! The future is female. Stop! Hang on a minute. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please, but not to blow it up. Just to look at it. The explosives in my pocket are purely aesthetic.
Is something wrong, Bruno? You act like you've never seen a Russian terrorist before.
No, not exactly. It's just, if I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Let me see here.
Oh, the mouse is reading too! Look, the mouse's head is turning.
I was like, I want to learn English. I'm gonna learn English. It's gonna make it a lot easier to mouse a tui this guy. Gonna climb up inside his big fuzzy hat and mouse a tui him. I am the true mastermind of the Russian Revolution.
Oh, you know you should have a Russian accent.
I am the true mastermind of Russian Revolution, little mouse man. I am coming through as well. I'm going to learn how to blow up Crystal Tower and I mouse a tui this man.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange that the jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know.
So we're just totally hanging a lampshade on this. It's like telling the players, like, I know it's weird. Just believe it, including the one of them like was previously. We just 2 of them were. Just go with it. Just go with it. Please. We only had so much budget. So I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. Very well, now Lord Van Zeeks. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts
of the case. I also call upon Twitch chat to notice we're almost to the 2 hours and 40-minute mark. So Twitch chat, I call upon you to look for raid suggestions for later. Yes, Twitch chat, look for raid suggestions. Please, make me happy. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. That is right. That is one area Van Zieks does not discriminate. In short, if you vote not guilty, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill each and every one of you. There has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder.
Oh.
The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly.
Okay, instant death. That'll be important later, because later it'll be something where it's like, well, maybe he turned around and rolled around on the ground or something like that.
The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene.
And again, I noticed before, there's gunpowder around that wound. Gunpowder burn. That means it was like point blank, right? So someone probably opened up the door, reached in, and pow, through the little door window.
As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. That is a weak spot. That is why in Transformers, the movie from 1986, in the future, Brawn is killed by being shot in the shoulder. It's a common weakness of all peoples and creatures, great and small. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. That is another thing. The heart is located in the shoulder. Just so you know, it's up here. When I say the Pledge of Allegiance, I go like that. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
That's not good for the point through the window.
Braun Death mentioned. Rejoice.
Hey, there we go. So you can cradle your beloved dead Braun that I'm sure you love, that you have. And, 500 bits! Is that all it takes to get $5? I just have to mention that Braun died? Thank you, Vero! Thank you for the 500 bits. You know, I'm gonna take that as my cue that I need to read some more from the chat. Another sip of water, read some more chat. Thank you, Vero, for your generosity. And yeah, like I said before, Twitch chat, if you got raid suggestions, let me know. Let's see. Queen is saying 23, and Vera said, yep, I still remember I played this when I was 23 myself. Dang. Wait, how old are you now, Vera? I actually, you know what to say. Never ask people their age. That is rude. Exist says, Kitty. Vera says, I love you, Wagga High. Queen Gator says, age is also spooky. When I was rereading Detective Conan, I noticed I was starting to finally get older than the younger suspects in the case. Like, dang. Vera said, oh, don't even. Queen Gator said, I feel like once I hit my 30s, I will officially be older than most of the suspects in Detective Conan. Lol, it's something. And Vex says, Thruvy. Huh?
LOL, I don't care. I turned 26 in December.
Okay, so it was only a couple of years ago, so it's not like a long time. It's not like way back a decade ago when you were 23 playing this game or something like that. So yeah, so thank you very much again for the 10 bits. And everybody, decide for yourself whether or not Vero is Unk. But thank you for the 10 bits! Vex says, bad news first so I can start calculating workarounds. Don't gotta think about the good, but it might make the bad easier. And then chat Ceruvy. I know, we got some groovy Ceruvies. Vera said, Vex, I made the typo once and it's stuck ever since. Exist says, kids growing up so crazy. My niece is 6 months old and she's got such a bright personality. I'm also just my mind boggles about my cat. Because I got my cat, my cat was born in November of 2018. And I still think of her as like just basically a kitten. And it's like, no, she's like 7.5. Wait, how old? Like the bunch of years, 7.5, I think, years old now. I'd have to think about what year it is, and I don't want to think about what year it is right now. Vera says, yep, I'm going to watch you play Chapter 5. Blind. Wait, blind in the sense that you don't know what's happening, or blind in the sense that your eyeball is still bothering you? I hope your eye is feeling better, Vero. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. Let's see. Endura says, the stereoscopic stuff starts. Well, obviously that's going to be important because they wouldn't have spent so much time in it. And the main thing is we've got those 2 cards, and they're a stereoscopic image there for the stereogram or whatever thing. I don't know how that's going to be important. I just hope we don't have to keep crossing our eyes.
His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
Again, that's not good for us because the assumption I was going under was the murder happened with an arm pointing through the little window on the door. However, the window is way up here. And Gina is kind of shorter, so she's probably like, pew, like that. Unless... I got it figured out. I know why it's on a rising diagonal trajectory. Although this won't explain why there's gunpowder, because it should have been point blank. Iris has her automatic cat door creator thing. Did we ever look at the bottom of that door? Somebody probably chunked a little cat door. And then, pooh. Or if not through that door, maybe like that's how people broke in. Maybe that's how Gina got in. She used the cat door thing to come from the next door. Anyway, it's gonna be involved. It all fits together. It's all important. And what's that supposed to tell us?
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say.
Oh, okay, but counterpoint. When we saw those 2 silhouettes in the shop that shot Sherlock, one of them was short and round, and one of them was skinny and tall. Although I don't know relative to Windy Bank, but one was shorter.
Oh, who? The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. The autopsy report has been entered into the court record.
Ayubo!
The crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record.
Let me read it!
I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred.
No! I'm gonna read my court record. Didn't let me read it before. A report prepared by Scotland Yard coroner that confirms instant death due to a single bullet wound from the back. There are no signs of no other signs of trauma. Coroner, Dr. Stevens. Is it gonna be the old man? Is he Dr. Stevens? Details. Was that a clue when he said he left something in? Did he leave something in Windy Bank's body? Coroner Dr. Stevens. Details of victim. Name, Pop Windy Bank, male. Occupation, pawnbroker on Baker Street. Time of death, 16th April, 1 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Reporting party, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Post-mortem findings. Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back. No other visible signs of trauma. Autopsy findings. Instant death from a posterior anterior. Oh, posterior anterior. Postero-anterior bullet wound to the heart. Bullet entered the victim from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. Then why is the entry one so high up if it got his heart and was going up higher? That's weird. Oh yeah, it's taking a look at this photograph. See, look how high that is. And off to the side. It's weird, bro. Photograph of the victim found murdered in the storeroom. It shows the single bullet wound in the man's back. I love the little sketches of how they're laid out.
The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him.
If nothing else, though, the direction of where he is situated, falling forward, and her off to the side should help us if he died instantly, right?
A windowless room.
It has a window on the door.
A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop that was found locked.
With an unlocked window!
In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused.
Maybe like of the two silhouettes we saw, the little person, the shorter one, was in there, shot Windybank, and then scurried out through that little window because it's so tiny.
Hey! It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Why am I laughing? I should not even laugh at that. That is very unfortunate and tragic.
Hubba, why are we so much shorter than her now? Well, that's it then, nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End. Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. She literally had it in the omnibus, though.
What are the jurors? What's the last one say? We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. What was the last person saying? What are the jurors waiting for? That girl's guilty as heck. This game feels like it has more casual swearing than the other Ace Attorney games.
Glub, 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 glub. The cork is already out. My learned Japanese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. For example, you might conclude I would drink this wine. No, it is for dramatic smashing later. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Now that is a moment for evil laughter.
Huh?
Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses.
Wait, like, are we talking about the two people who shot Herlock? Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pig purse. Or cold-hearted killer. I was trying to think if there was a word for hearted that started with a K. Here's to establishing the truth.
Okay. I'll kill you right now.
Oh, you're guilty. I am sold. Chills up my spine, Van Zeeks. The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks. Don't let the bailiff get his fingy marks all over the gun, though.
At once, my lord.
Crime scene floor plan has been entered into the court record. Windybank's revolver has been entered into the court record.
This isn't good. I want to look at them. I need to look at them. A plan of Windybank's pawnbrokery, the scene of the crime. It shows the relative positions of the main shop and the rear storeroom. Okay, that's what we already know. That'll just be for pointing something out later. A gun belonging to the victim, Mr. Windybank, that Gina was holding when she was found unconscious. There are signs of a single discharge. But again, it was probably the bullet that hit the calendar, which was someone else's blood also. Chat, I'm pointing a gun at you. Give me all your bits. Give me all your bits and gifted subscriptions. Or I'm gonna shoot you. Pew! 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 Oh crap, I shouldn't have already shot you. Pew! Pew! Why do I keep going? I got one more bullet. Pew! Oh crap, I've killed all of chat. Now I will never get bits and subscriptions. Okay, I need to read some more of the chat, and then we're gonna see if there's anything to click on this gun. Let's see. Let's see, where did I live off? Quickita says, guys, did y'all know that you can use filters in the Discord search bar? So you can only search for images or videos? I was just taught by a friend about that in my World Expanded. I knew you could like filter by like channel and by user. I didn't know you could do that. Viewer said,
Contributing to chat's collective hospital bill.
Thank you very much. I just looked over to see it was bits. Thank you for the 10 bits. And thank you. So Exist, you don't get shot now. Everybody else has been shot, but you are fine. Because you did as the floating revolver told you to do. Thank you very much, Exist, for the 10 bits. I need some water. I don't know why I'm thirsty. And I need a snack after the stream. I'm getting very hungry. And we get like 5 minutes till the 3-hour mark. Last call for raid suggestions. And don't forget, like I said before, tomorrow we're gonna hopefully the plan is play Silk Song But there is a Steam summer sale going on now. Oh my
Dang
gosh! Oh, sorry, I spoke over your dang it. Vero, no, you already gave $5. You didn't have to. Now I feel bad, but thank you. That is so generous. That was 1,000 bits. That's $10. Thank you, Vero. I feel really guilty now. I feel really guilty. Chat, we need to do something really nice for Vero. Again, Vero is nice and generous. And thank you, Vero. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you. And thank you for just using the 1,000 bits just playing and not like doing the bird command or something. That's like what Rukov would have done if Rukov was here. But thank you, Vero! Thank you. I need to read some more of the chat. I need to catch up. Vera said, Mia would let you hold her any way you want. She's a patient kitty, and I usually hold her like a baby on my shoulder, but Dahlia is more of an active participant and would wiggle if you try to make her stretch. It reminds me of, I remember one time I was out in California for a little while, and the place I was staying at, it was basically like this small apartment behind this family's house. And I was staying there for a little while, and the family, it was a young couple, and they had their young daughter and 2 cats. And one of their cats, I think his name was Oliver? I could be wrong, was like the most well-tempered cat I've ever seen. Like, I remember one time I came back and was like walking around the garage to go to my place behind it, and their daughter, their little girl, was in the front, like in the driveway, with this big old bucket of soapy water and just like dunking the cat in to give him a bath. And he was just sitting there like, yeah, this is fine, whatever. And she's like sploosh, sploosh, and like scrubbing this cat. And it wasn't like he's growling and putting up with it, because he was just, he like legitimately, you could tell by his face and his body language, he was just fine with it. He was just like, yeah, this is great. This is a thing that happens. This is great. This is totally cool. He was such a sweet cat too. I'd sometimes like leave my door open a little bit in my little thing, and then he'd come wandering in and say hi to me. Oh, hang on, we got a pin message written by Magpie. Says, Logan, entertain us. Chat pays the entertainer. Logan, I feel bad you paid money for me to do my job of entertaining you, sir. I mean, I do feel bad, because I feel like you guys should not pay money for the stuff that I do. But thank you, and that is a good way to look at it. I should just show my appreciation. Maybe one day, if I overcome my imposter syndrome and actually act like I deserve things, then maybe more people will be tricked into thinking I deserve things. But thank you very much for the pin message. Thank you. Anyway, gotta read a few more comments. Vex says, excellent. Vera said to Queen Kitty, yup, I've known this is this a while, but still no way to find gifts because they're under links. Broken Heart. Exist says, but otherwise been resting. My bad leg finally seems to be on the up, given how well it seems to be doing with most intensive choreography. With a more intensive choreography show as compared to the last few shows, I pulled it through. We'll see how it holds up once rehearsals are regular. Are you still on like a crutch or anything? Or are you completely done with that now? Queen says, it's under images too. I saw so many gifts I've sent. Vera said, exist. I would absolutely recommend rubber water bags. Those do so much for back pain in my case. And Vera says to Queen Katie, I know it's a mess. Queen says, sorry, I was zoned out. What is Logan locked in the evidence, lol? Vera says, just newspapers. Magpie says, why is this the second time in as many days that the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand came up in a stream I'm in? I don't know if you realize this, Magpie. That was a very influential event in history. I mean, the only thing that we mention more often than Archduke Franz Ferdinand is Mpreg. That's it. That's the only thing that we bring up more often. Quita says, thank you, Vera with the salute. Quita says, I'm going to wait for a bit before I BRB, for a bit because, Genshin just uploaded a tease for the next arc of the game, and I really want to watch that real quick. Quick. I know what I'm off. BRB, I'm watching a thing. If I need to name facts, I'll do it later, and Vero is laughing. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up just a little bit. There we go. Rivulet says, bro is in fact Unk, not declaring my age for privacy reasons. Dermo says, Rivulet, I disagree. Again, the sketch isn't doing Wittybank any favors. He didn't look that large when we saw him. And Rivulet says, bleh, I'm dead. Oh crap, I even hit YouTube chat. I'm sorry, I thought you were immune because YouTube doesn't have bits, but I forgot it has memberships. I'm sorry, Rivulet. Okay, let's click on stuff on the gun. Okay, the chamber. We pop that open. This is Mr. Windybank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Windybank always used to keep this gun on hand, gun to hand in his shop counter, just in case he decided to off himself at some point.
Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right, to keep all the pawned articles that were in his care safe.
But his one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? Okay, we do the handle. No, can't do that. Can we look at the hammer? No, the trigger, maybe? Hey guys, I need to warn you about this. I need to warn you, we got a trigger warning right here. Can we look at the barrel? Can we look down the barrel? Okay, okay. Oh, is that the same thing though? I think it might be the same thing as yeah, that was just taken as the chamber. Okay, so it looks like that's all we can click for the moment. Let's get out of here. and yeah, that is, he's a round fellow. He's jolly. Okay, back into this. Oh crap, we're at the 3-hour mark. Did you guys give raid suggestions? Let's get to a good pausing moment and we'll figure out who we're gonna raid tonight. This isn't good.
I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Runo!
I think that's because it has.
Ha! That's right! I'm entering my final form at the beginning of the fight! Let us begin! Hey, why are you looking away to save? I was doing a thing here. I was being very dramatic.
I know I was just in the chat, but I gotta catch up to chat. I need to catch up fully. If you're lurking, I read every comment in chat and I'm still behind. I gotta finish catching up. Magpie says, in the stream, I ended up in after Z Diggity. Oh, that's right! Thank you, by the way, to those who tuned in for Mecha Chameleon the other night over on Z Diggity's stream. I was quiet for a lot of it. I wasn't like doing too much yapping. I was trying to make sure that I didn't like, I don't know, when I'm in a group like that, I don't want to stand out too much. But I hope you enjoyed it. Magpie and everyone else who was there. I know who did we see? We saw Crystal. We saw, was Atlantic there? You know, everyone who was there. Thank you. Magpie says,
Hurley hasn't come around yet, Frown.
Herlock, who stayed up to 4 a.m. talking to Susato, sleeping until noon. Vera says, I mean, this is just me saying stuff. Kuya says, all right, I'm back. It was something. I have no idea who I'm going to pull for next year in Genshin. Oh, did Logan see the jurors? I have now. And they're great. Vera says, nope. Magpie says, Baroque be like, I saw that guy over there on the defense bench and decided, absolutely not. Vera said, I'm so amused by a friend who is writing a BuzzFeed Unsolved Transformer Edition fanfic and is being shortened to butt. To butt? Kuya says, thank you for noticing the camera angle, Logan. Iris being a whole 3 apples tall, says Magpie. Queen says, Iris Wilson is the youngest character in the series to date to act as protagonist co-counsel. Well, what about Pearl? Pearl was there, and she was like, I feel like she was younger than Iris, wasn't she? Oh, Pearl Faye. Oh, there we go. Queen Kate is already addressing it. Pearl Faye would have had this honor, but while she did help Phoenix Wright during the investigation phases of certain episodes, she would always channel Mia Faye whenever she entered the courtroom to act as co-counsel in her set. But that was Pearl technically up there, which was creepy that she had Mia in there, and Mia kept wanting to like pop out the old cleavage, and then Pearl was like an 8-year-old. But okay, well, so if you define that as not Pearl, then it's Iris. But if you count that as Pearl, then it's. But so it's one of the two of them. Quita says, why did they pick a Russian for this? I don't know. You England man. Magpie says, really good forged paperwork, I guess. I mean, they got a Japanese stowaway for a lawyer. I guess there's no rules. You know what I'd like to think? I'm going to headcanon this. That the day before, he was brought into Strongheart's office. And he's like, I would like to be a juror. And Strongheart was like, I'll give you a test. You go to this trial tomorrow, and if you can be a juror, you'll be an official British citizen. Like I'd like to think he's just giving everybody tests the first time you see them to become what they dream of. Vera's laughing. Magpie said, I would just call it a tapper. Oh, for the telegraph? Quita says, funny thing, Logan, the guide I have mentions all these returning jurors except for the doctor. Apparently whoever wrote this didn't realize the old man from the previous case, he didn't recognize him. Magpie says, a stereoscope guy would lose his mind at the concept of VR. Good news about that headcanon. Wait, what headcanon? I think this implies that, Violin, was that his name? Violin, was on the ship and smuggled a pet mouse. Almost everyone was smuggling a pet lol. Queen says, or he yoinked a mouse from the ship, because remember they were the bait for the snake. Oh, that's right, the mouse trap for the snake. Eglin said, why did that get to me? Excuse me, don't say make me happy in that voice. Wait, who said make me happy? Was it Van Zeeks? Doing make me happy. Or was it Ryunosuke? Make me happy. Magpie says, oh, I'll accept that head cannon. Magpie says, I got a pet rat once because I heard she was going to be a snake food otherwise. She was a good pet. Vera said, I need to get rid of him. He's still in the box. Are you going to blow him up with some firecrackers? Queen says, if you love rats, I recommend ShinyBot. In her Discord server, she shares the cutest pictures of her pet rats. I squeeze them every morning. Well, don't forget, even though we haven't seen her in a while, Ratmost has been a member of our community and streams sometimes, and she's a rat VTuber. Magpie says, a decade ago, quote, a decade ago when you were 23. Logan, aren't you supposed to be good at math? Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if that would make someone older. If you were 23 a decade ago, is what I was saying, instead of just a couple of years ago. Maybe I probably didn't explain it properly. Sometimes I've seen when I'm watching my VOD, sometimes what I'm saying doesn't make sense because I think my mouth can't keep up with what I'm trying to communicate. Vera says, my brother just married. I'm not Unk. Well, once your brother and his new wife have a baby. Eglin said, part of me wants to say Unk status is like 30 plus. Well, we had a poll about this not too long ago, right? Vera says, agreed. Eglin said, 30 to 40 is Unk once you reach your 50s. Yeesh. Queen Gator with the timestamp, 2 hours, 46 minutes. Okay, I'm 20 minutes behind still. And then Queen says, please pin. Hey, did you read the case notes Susato gave us? Just making sure. Oh, I don't think we have. Let's take a look at the case notes. So we'll check that out. Notes collated by Miss Susato about the McGilda case that we worked on 2 months ago, because I read that, but I don't think we looked at the case notes. Here we go. Thank you, Queen Katie. This is important. Case summary. Victim found deceased on the last scheduled omnibus of the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Details of the victim. Name, Mason Milverton? I thought Mason was his last name. Like Thrice Fired was his nickname, and then Mason was his last name. Mason Milverton. Mason Milverton, male. Occupation, brickmaker. It's an MM, so it's still possible that the switchblade was technically his. Domicile, East End of London. Oh, that's where Gina lives. I hope Gina Lestrade's real last name isn't Milverton, and he's gonna turn out to be like her dad or grandpa or something. Trial summary. Defendant, Magnus McGilded. Prosecution attorney, Lord Baruch Van Zeeks. Defense attorney, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Conviction was assured with 3 eyewitness testimonies. However, a surprise 4th witness's testimony resulted in acquittal due to insufficient evidence. Well, it wasn't just that, it was also all the forged evidence. Oh, we got a pin message! This looks like it's a name fact from Queen Katie, written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vera, said his Japanese name is Molter Milverton. Oh, so Milverton is his last name of the Japanese version, which is a reference to mortar. Oh, mortar, a type of paste used to bind bricks, which is a reference to his work. His English name, Mason, is an occupational term for constructors of masonry, which also includes bricklayers. His surname, Milverton, is derived from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Adventures of Charles Augustus Milverton? I guess... I never realized, yeah, he probably wrote other stories that weren't Sherlock Holmes. Unless that is like a stealth Sherlock story. Who, in turn, is based off real-life art dealer Charles Augustus Howell. So I wonder if that's gonna mean that thrice-fired Mason Milverton is gonna have something to do with, like, art? Maybe music? Huh. Interesting. Thank you very much for the name fact there. And I gotta read some more in the chat. Again, if you're lurking, I appreciate you, because I'm getting close to catching up. Let's see, Magpie says, and yet they still didn't let Simon Blackwell use the F word. Let Blackwell swear. He did, he said pop doodle. Queen says, oh right, I have name facts incoming. This will be so funny for Logan. Vera said, was this pin? Queen says, nope. Vera says, dang it, cheer. Laughing. Queen with the keyboard slam. Vera says, foreshadowing. Chris says, Vero. Magpie says, oh, that was a pin message earlier with the Logan Entertainer as pays the entertainer. Logan, I feel bad that you paid me to my job of entertaining you, sir. And Lang says, for real, lol. Exit says, oh, I've been done with crutch for quite a while. I just really messed up my ankle in 2023 during a show, and it's only just now gotten back to life, back to like 95% functionality. And then last December during a show, I did something to my knee, and the same leg is mostly better. Oh, no, it was, crap. No, the crutch I was thinking of was Evie, because Evie also, no, but she didn't mess up her leg, she messed up her foot. So sorry, I got my wires crossed there with crutches and things. So I'm glad that it's going well then, Exist. Queen says, wait, you never pinned my message, lol. You even asked if you did, and I said no. Keyboard Slam. Magpie said, Mecha Chameleon was super fun. I kind of want to get it and play it myself. It was very enjoyable. It was much harder to find people than I expected. Anytime I've watched videos and clips online of people playing that game, it looks like you can spot people so easily, but when you're the actual person running around, it's really hard. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I was just bad at it. One of the people who was playing, Normie, I think some of those in our community know Normie. He kicked butt. He knew, but I got the impression he'd been playing for a while. He knew all the best hiding places, and he was really good at like identifying people. But I guess once you played it for a while, that is the type of game that I think it becomes a bit unfair if you're like super familiar with the maps, because then you'll notice when things are out of place. Crystal says, Mecha Chameleon was super fun. Normie and Jay's hiding skills are insane. And Vera with some, Crystal and Vera with both with raid suggestions. Thank you very much. I'm going to copy all of these over into my text file. Thank you to both of you. And so between all of these, we should have plenty of raid suggestions for later on. Thank you both very much. There was Queen Katie's pin message. Says, I waited 2 cases for this name fact. Wait, hang on. Oh, wait. Is that one? Okay. I think I copied over one of Vera's raid suggestions wrong. But thank you, Queen Katie, for being so diligent about it, because like especially some of these, I am assuming that Milverton may not end up being important. Maybe it will be, but I really like the trivia and seeing how it like goes to, even in this case, other of Arthur Conan Doyle's work. So thank you very much. Let's see, Magpie says, gonna lurk for a while, gonna do some stuff, and then I'm gonna be in a call with friends, but I'm supporting the stream. Thank you for the lurk, Magpie. Vera says, I missed what Katie said. Whoops. And then Queen says, it's all good there. 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 24 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night on Twitch. Oh, and over on YouTube, Derma says, we should combine the 2 popular topics, Franz Ferdinand Mpreg. Well, the sad thing, though, is that Franz Ferdinand got assassinated. And so if he was pregnant, then that means that, you know what, I was going to say that his baby died, but maybe someone was able to do an emergency delivery of his poor little baby. I don't know how doctors and pregnancies and things like that works. Probably depends on like how he died and how far along in the pregnancy he was. But thank you very much, Dermo. Yes, we should. Franz Ferdinand Mpreg is clearly the way to go on this. Okay, so where were we in the game? If we exit back out of here. Oh, wait. I gotta click back into the game. Hang on. There we are. And back out here. Oh yeah, I'd saved. I'm gonna save again, just to make absolutely sure that I saved there. So save on this very dramatic close-up of Lord Van Zeeks. There we are. So by the way, those who were lurking and stuck with me through all of that chat catch-up, not like ketchup, but like catch up. Thank you. I appreciate you sticking with me through all that. And I want to give you the rundown of the channel real quick, because this week we got some different weird stuff going on. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Actually, the next 2 weeks are going to be different. So we do have a stream tomorrow. I wasn't sure what we were going to play, but it looks like I think we are going to play a little bit of Silk Song, because we played some Hollow Knight, so we're going to give Silk Song a try, because why not? We'll give it a shot. And yeah, so come check that out. And we'll probably also do Silk Song next Tuesday. Next week, on Friday of next week, is my birthday. That one will be canceled. And we'll anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So that's going on. Tomorrow's going to be Silk Song. Sunday, we're going to be picking up where we're leaving off here in this case. But let me also just go ahead and post our... wait, hang on. There we go. Our link tree. It's been a little while since I've done this. I think I only did this once, like way early on in the stream. And copy this over to YouTube. This is our link tree that has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, YouTube, Twitter. Thank you for the Seekers. Redeem. Atlantic. What was I saying? What was I even saying? I was talking about something. I'm not even sure anymore. But I am going to take a look over at the raid suggestions we had. My brain, like I was on a track and it's completely gone now. Okay, it's gonna do this one. We've already raided that person, so I'm gonna pick somebody else who has technically one more viewer, but is someone whom we have not raided yet. So let's see if we can go ahead and populate a raid, because I like to make sure that we try and raid people that we haven't raided before. There we go. Queen says, yeah, when I realized we only got his nickname in Case 3, I knew I had a waiting game for the name fact, which I'd put on the Case 3 spreadsheet. Think of the very, yay, trial stream. Krista said, think of the one carrying me in trials is gone. Crying stream. Vera said, think of the very gunpoint stream. And Atlantic, thank you again for the Seekers. Crystal's doing the schedule command and laughing. Atlantic, oh crap. Did I not? Oh, I didn't update that to say Silk Song. Atlantic said, think of the very Seekers stream. Krista says, just to say that, huh? Laughing. Vera says, Seekers! Atlantic said, yup, just to say that. And Vera has already posted the raid message into the chat, so you can go ahead and copy that over onto your clipboard. There we go. One over on YouTube, Dermo says, I'll be off. Adios. Good night, Dermo. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. I do wish that we could figure out. I'm sure there's something I could be doing better at the end of the streams for YouTube rather than just ending. But thank you all for being here. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And I hope you'll hang out with some Silk Song, because that'll just be me in pain. Again, maybe I won't be good at this one at all. We shall see. But I'm excited for Deltarune Chapter 5. Again, I'm planning on starting it on July 6th, or excuse me, 7th. So if you're going to play it, play it. Let's see. Chris says bye-bye. Lang says 99. Beck said think of the very peril pickpocket stream or whatever the newspaper said. Yes, anyway, I love and appreciate you all. You're the best. You're amazing. The raid's about to start. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. Everyone over on YouTube, Twitch is now rated out. Thank you all for being here over on YouTube as well. It means the world to me. I think it was mostly Dermo and Rivulet and Frulzy and Taco. Anyone else I may have forgotten over on YouTube, you're amazing and wonderful, and thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for some Silk Song, and then Sunday for some more Ace Attorney. But for right now, everyone over on YouTube and everyone watching the VOD in the future, good night as well.